All right, are we good? Are we live? I think we are. Hello and welcome back to the Women's Football Chat Live. It is very good to be back for this bumper WSL Sunday. All 6 games across the Women's Super League live today. Going to be a very exciting day of action. We kick off first with arguably the most interesting. It's Manchester United versus Arsenal, 2 sides who we still don't really know where they are at the moment. And we're 5 match weeks into this season, Harry. This will be really interesting to get a yardstick on where everyone is at.
Yeah, very much so. Back from internationals, we're back to a bang. What a game this is going to be to get us back to domestic football. And I do think that, as you say, this is going to tell us a lot of where these 2 sides are at. For United, a lot of people are labelling this game as their chance to prove their title credentials, prove that their early season form isn't just because they're playing weaker opposition and that they are actually here to fight for the crown. For Arsenal, they've looked better under an interim manager and they've started to put some performances together, but this is the big test. Can they get 3 points against a United side who are playing really, really well and prove they can bounce back this campaign? It's going to be very, very interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. In the next 10 to 15 minutes, we will be getting into it. But first, we've got to start with a thank you here to Justin Williams. Thank you so much, Justin, for your donation of $4.99. Appreciate that massively. And what a great way to start our return. It's been 2 it since we were live. It felt like a lot longer. But we are back now. And I think we're live every day, pretty much, over the next 4 weeks. So look out for all of that. But yeah, it should be interesting today then. Manchester United obviously have been unbeaten so far to start the season. Arsenal far from unbeaten. They've lost to Chelsea. They've lost to Bayern heavily in the Champions League. And obviously drew with Manchester City and drew with Everton as well. So a mixed start for Arsenal. But Renée Slegers has won every game so far. So is it looking up? I think it's looking positive for Arsenal. And how much confidence will they bring into today's game?
Yeah, I think they'll be very optimistic. I think that what Slegers has proven is that she's not afraid to change things. And once again, with the team selection, we shows that she has it in her to make those big decisions. And, some have been controversial, but they've worked out so far. And I like to see that from a manager coming in and wanting to make a difference. Even, this is Slegers' best shot at getting a top job in one of the best teams. It might be an interim basis, but she wants more than that. So she's going to come into these games and try and prove that with the Arsenal team. It is very interesting to the side that she's put out. I like the confidence though. And as you say, Arsenal have looked slightly better for it. And I do think the win at West Ham just before the international break was one of the best, probably their best performance of the season so far. And I think they'll want to take momentum from that. If they play, they have to up it because obviously Man United are a much stronger opposition than West Ham. But it's about putting those building blocks in place. When you are struggling as a team for form, getting those wins against sides like West Ham is where it starts. And then you start to build on to Man United, which is going to be difficult today.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Slegers is the answer to all their problems, but she's come across very well in the media, and it's very hard to argue that if she keeps winning games, that she doesn't deserve it on a full-time basis. Between now and Christmas, the fixture schedule is quite kind to them. I think if they manage to get through in the Champions League somehow, which they could do, they've only played 2 Champions League matches and they won one, lost the other, so they're still in a very competitive position there. If they manage to get through in that, and if they go unbeaten in the WSL between now and Christmas, I don't see any valid reason you sack Renée Slegers. So I think it's a very good chance we see Slegers at least see out this season with Arsenal. I think then they may look to make a difference or make a change next summer. And you mentioned their team selection, so let's get into the lineups for today's games. We'll start with the host, Manchester United. Of course, we are at the Leigh Sports Village for today's game, and the United lineup as follows. In goal, it's Fallon Joyce. A good start to the season for her. They've kept 3 clean sheets in 4 matches, which is a very good start to the season. A back 4 then of Aoife Mannion, Laetitia, Turner and George. A little bit different from Bizet playing at right back for the last few matches. It's a pivot of Niall Sund and Janssen. Across the 3, Bizet, Toon and Clinton. And leading the line, Elizabeth Turland. So some changes here for Skinner. Do they make sense to you?
I think so. I really like it. To be honest, I'm a fan of this team selection. I think it's how you would put it. I do think that Mannion is a bit of a risk at right back because we know that she's not played. She hasn't played and she could struggle up against Ford and Caurente when both of them probably at some point in the game. But I do think that United, as you say, their big thing this season has been their defensive solidity, and I think they're going to look to have that again today. If they can remain strong defensively, make it difficult for Arsenal to get through, and then try and hit them with the strength they've got in attack could be deadly. And as you say, Bizet higher up makes her more dangerous. Turland looks like she's starting to find some really good form. Grace Clinton has started this season really well, and even maybe Ella Toone can get involved and try and find some form of herself. But overall, it's a well-balanced, it's a well-set-up Man United team.
I think it's a very defensive team. I don't see anyone in that back four that's pushing forwards. I assume it'll be Gabrielle George that will push forward on that left-hand side, and then we'll see Toone come inside. I don't think Toone offers much on the left wing, but you've got a lot of talent in this side. Yeah. Toone can come up with something in a moment. Grace Clinton's been in great form. Bizet and Turland, if they can keep that connection up, that's something to really build on for Manchester United. So I think that there are a lot of positives for them. They are playing very well. They'll be gutted they don't have players like Riviere back today, because I think she'd make a huge difference at right back.
He's on the bench, so that is good to see.
That is true, and she should be back soon. But yeah, I think United, considering who's fit and who's not, I think it's just a fairly good team. Very defensive though, but I get it, because Arsenal are a strong side regardless of recent form. Let's have a look then at that Arsenal side. It's a 4-2-3-1 for Slegers' team. In goal, it's Daphne van Domselaar, a back four of Fox, Williamson, Catley and McCabe. Williamson coming back into the side, rested against West Ham, played both internationals for England, and while making mistakes in both those games, she does return in this one. In the pivot, it's Little and Vouty, and then across the three, Cowlente, Friedemann and Ford, and leading the line, Russo. There's some big decisions in there. No Cadena, Catley preferred instead. Williamson keep getting involved in the starting 11 here. No Beth Mead, Cowlente back into a wide position we expect. Some big calls from Slegers. Do you think they're the right ones?
I think, as you say, there are a lot of big calls. I think most of them are correct. I think keeping Steph Catley in that back line makes a lot of sense. She looked like she just gave Arsenal a little bit more solidity against West Ham. Catley comes into that back centre-half pairing as she's not out of form, and I think just to bring a bit of organisation. I don't think Cadena, Wubben-Moy or Williamson have been great this season, so I understand why Catley comes in. I think bringing Williamson back in is an interesting one, but as I said, all three centre-halves haven't really played brilliantly this season, so I think it's just about finding which one's going to play the best, even if they are out of form. So definitely keeping Catley in there is what you want to see, and bringing Williamson, hopefully she has a good game today. On the other things, I think dropping Beth Mead makes perfect sense. I don't think she's played very well, and Cowlente and Ford have started this season really brightly, and then Alessia Russo leads the line once again. I think it's right. She looked really good for England, really sharp for England. Yeah. If she can bring that to Arsenal, then we know Russo's a brilliant player. We know her movement is. If she needs to start getting in the goals and having a good run of form, but look lively for England. Hopefully, will look lively for Arsenal today.
Yeah, agreed. I think at the moment they're sort of stuck between a rock and a hard place, because neither Blackstenius or Russo are in form. By having two strikers who are top quality, you would think at least one of them would be firing. However, that's just not the case. My slight, not concern, but question is why you wouldn't give Kafaji an opportunity today. I think Friedemann was a very good player and is good in big games, so I get that. But we saw how good Kafaji was against West Ham, and this feels like the perfect opportunity to try and build on that. I think perhaps if there wasn't an international break, they would have tried to build on that.
Potentially.
But maybe that's where they've made that decision. But yeah, I'll be very intrigued to see how they look today. Justin saying, love these type of games. Thanks for the commentary. I'm very worried about United coming in cocky and getting eaten alive playing from the back, and RC feeling the same there. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't think that... I mean, you look at how United have played this season, and the only game where they struggled was Brighton. A team who are very, very good at pressing. As we spoke about in our video on Wednesday, Brighton are phenomenal across the board. And the three games, United's fixture list has been very kind to them. Yeah. And so I think in that regard, we don't know where United are at yet. If they win today, I still don't think we know. If they lose, we do. And that's that's the confusing part. But because Arsenal have been quite poor to start this season, we don't really know where Arsenal sit yet. I think even if United beat them today, I still don't have United in the title fight yet, because they drew that game with Brighton and because they've not played Chelsea or City.
I think it depends what fashion they win in today. If they're in complete control and they kind of blow Arsenal out of the water, then I think you can start to give them some credit. But as you say, the only real test they've had is that Brighton game, and they dropped points against them. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens to United today. I don't think they'll get ahead of themselves. Mark Skinner has the potential to. We know Mark Skinner. He's quite good at getting ahead of himself, but I think they've just got to remain controlled and calm and do what they're there to do. And in terms of keep the form going, don't change things, don't play differently. Just keep this good run of form going. Keep the same players who are playing well in the 11, and the results should keep coming. Yeah. But this is their biggest test so far. I think Brighton are playing very well, but they don't have the quality. I wouldn't say that they're quite on the level of quality that Arsenal have. This is United's biggest test. If they pass it with flying colours, then we have to have a serious conversation about are Manchester United in the title fight. Arsenal, it's the perfect game for them to make a statement and to bounce back. They can come into this if they beat Man United, who are unbeaten in the league so far, one of the informed teams of the season. If Arsenal turn up today at the Lake Sports Village and they beat Manchester United, that's a big statement. And then suddenly we're asking, are Arsenal back to their best? Are they getting there at the very least? So this is a big game because this is the chance for both sides. We're now 6 games into the season. This is the chance for both sides to prove how good they are. Yeah,
it's going to be interesting. The form's with Manchester United, but I think you would be hard-pressed to find anyone that would argue that Manchester United are a better side on paper than Arsenal.
Yeah,
I think if you look at the quality in that Arsenal team, it's so strong. And so as much as, they aren't in form, they don't have the Ida excuse anymore. They've got to start getting results over the line in these big matches. And for me, this is a big test for Arsenal. If they win this, though, I think they're in a really good position.
They are.
I was worried about them a few weeks ago, but they sat down well. They're starting to look good. If they win here today, then they may well be the third best team in the league again.
Yeah.
And it does open huge questions up about Man United again.
It does. Arsenal just need a really, really good run, and then suddenly they'll turn up to teams like Chelsea and City and look really dangerous. United, got to keep the good times rolling.
Yeah, definitely. They've got to make use of the fact they're in good form. They've got to try and pick out those players like Turner and like Clinton who've been in real good form recently. So yeah, should be very interesting. Players coming out the tunnel now though, and that is our signal to get into predictions. So if you are watching along, get involved in the live chat. We're going to start here in the studio though. So Harry, what is your prediction for today's game?
Ooh, that is a tough question. I think I'm going to favour Manchester United. I just can't look past their defensive record. I think they've looked really, really strong defensively, and even against Brighton, to only concede 1 to the team who have scored the second most goals in this campaign is really, really strong stuff. So I'm going to go for Manchester United. I think they will win 1-0. I think it'll be a very, very close game, and it won't be their attacking, it will be their defence that really wins the game for them. I think they'll take the lead early through. I will go for Salim Bizet. And then I will go, and I think they will just defend really well, as you say. It looks like a defensive lineup. I think they are just going to sit, let Arsenal come onto them, and they'll let their quality in defence reign supreme, really.
Yeah, that's a fair prediction. It's a boring prediction, though, and I want to spice it up a bit.
Ooh.
I think this game will start how you're talking about it. I think United will set up really defensively. I think Arsenal will struggle to break them down because that is what they like to do.
Yeah.
But I think this game will open up eventually. I think Arsenal will find a breakthrough. Then United will have to push for it. And I'm going to say 0-0 at half-time, but the game will finish 2-2. I think it could be a chaotic second half. Yeah. I think it will be Arsenal to score first, then Manchester United hit back, Arsenal lead again, United late equaliser. I think it's been a really exciting game of football. I'm going to say a goal for Turner and a goal for Clinton, because they are in great form at the moment. And for Arsenal, I think Russo will score, and that will be very exciting for Alessia Russo, and for Arsenal because maybe she's back. And then I think it will be Kafaji off the bench because she's been in really good form. I'm not sure what's happening here. It looks like they are giving Skinner a present.
Yeah, he's been promoted with 100 games.
I think, my God, Mark Skinner's been 100 games. Yeah, that's Dan Ashworth, their director of football at Manchester United, handing him a shirt with Skinner 100 written on it.
Well, good for him. And to be fair, they've won an FA Cup and they finished set runners out in the WSL a couple of years back. So not a bad stint from Mark Skinner at all.
No idea how he's done it, but he's here. 100 games in management for Mark Skinner at Manchester United.
Yeah, I do think that, you're predicting, obviously the game we saw here at the Lake Sports Village last year was an end-to-end 2-2 draw with errors
Loads of goalkeeping errors.
Yeah, horrendous mistakes from both goalkeepers. Could really, hard.
No, that was the City game. It was both goalkeepers. This was just D'Angelo.
Oh yeah, Lacasse scored it. It was an absolute mess. It was a brilliant game, but it was a bit of a mess. I think we're going to see a lot more control in this game, probably from Manchester United. But Arsenal have got a chance today to really prove everyone wrong.
Yeah, this time last year, I think it was a similar time in the season actually. Arsenal kept going in front and then kept just giving United goals, and I think it ended 2-2. But maybe that's influenced my prediction subconsciously today. Gertie Dow, the referee. Be interesting to see how she gets on today. It's going to be an interesting game.
She loves Man United, we know that much.
She does. And it will be Manchester United to get us started here today at the Lake Sports Village. Ella Toon from the centre. Big game for Toon today. Needs to prove herself.
Struggled once again for it on England duty. Toon needs a good game. Just one game for Ella Toon to find some form, find the back of the net, and really show everyone that she is still a phenomenal player.
Yeah, indeed. Well, I don't know where Kirsty Dow's gone.
We still wait.
Skinner's still walking around the stadium applauding everyone in his 100th game.
Me, hello guys.
And we do, before kick-off here, take a knee in a stand against all forms of discrimination. As the referee blows her whistle, Toon can get us underway. Knocks it back, and we're underway here at the Lake Sports Village. Manchester United versus Arsenal, the first game, the early kick-off of this WSL Super Sunday. And Manchester United quick to trying to assert themselves in this game, on the ball. Bizet, Mannion trying to come down this right-hand side, cut out early though by Catley. And now Arsenal look to play out, but they can't, and it's a United ball again. Dominic Janssen, nice switch to the play. Clinton gets it under her control. Waits for support that doesn't emerge, and Arsenal win it out of the field. Vouty decides to go backwards there. That passes on to Russo.
Yeah,
I'm not sure why she's gone backwards. Arsenal holding on to possession here.
I get why she wants to stay on the ball. You're 30 seconds in, you don't want to take many risks, but there was a good opportunity. Just took the ball off Clinton and caught the United pivot high. Now Sund and Janssen were both running back, but Vouty I think lets them off a little bit there.
Yeah. Catley, McCabe tries to play it forward. Here's Caldente. Narsund puts in a good challenge. Arsenal hold on to the ball though. Vouty plays it in front of Fox, who can send it down the line. Ford flicks it past the defender George, but then George does get back in and has managed to win a throw there, much to Frida Marlin's frustration.
Yeah, Caitlin Ford's a player that has looked really, really sharp this season, and she carries on in the form that she is. Then
as Arsenal have fallen off a cliff, she's emerged.
Yeah, it's incredible. She had really struggled last year when Arsenal were doing well, and now Arsenal are struggling. Caitlin Ford's looked really, really good, and I hope this form can continue and keep delivering these, because again, I think before the WCL, in the WCL, we saw her look really sharp in the qualifiers, and then even take the Chelsea game for example. Even when Arsenal lost the game, Caitlin Ford still played really well in that match.
Yeah,
and I think that shows that a player's in form when they play well, even when their team's struggling.
Yeah, indeed. I think she had a really good season forward. I was doubting her a lot last campaign, and I think rightfully so. I stand by that. I don't think she played well. I think to start this season though, she's definitely improved their game massively.
Yeah.
I think she's almost just benefited from playing on this right flank. Where it's just a bit... Her game is going to be simplified because, you are playing as a bit more of an out-and-out winger on the right because she's right-footed rather than playing on the left looking to cut inside. Mannion puts it into the box. It is contested, though, by Williams, who wins it and clears it away. Turner. Now Toon down the line into George. Chance for United. Crucial block there. Crucial block from Emily Fox.
Yeah, good stuff again, but already we're seeing George getting very, very high on the left-hand side for Manchester United, making that overlap as Clinton tucks inside. And, I mean...
Well, yeah, that's the other thing I was going to mention. So Clinton on the left-hand side, Toon attacking midfield. Does that make sense to you today? Or is it weird to drop Clinton out of that role that she's been so good
She has been very good in it, but when a player's in form, I think Clinton... We know Grace Clinton can do anything from anywhere. For Toon, get her back in a familiar role and get her back on form. I think will be the main thing.
It's not a great corner, but they may be able to work with it. I think they've won another corner there.
Yeah, smart from Turner. Realised that she wasn't going to head it goalwards, so just heads it into the Arsenal defender and wins another set piece.
Justin says, does Arsenal have any major injuries at the moment? I think they're fully fit. Not that I can think of.
Pilova, obviously.
Oh, of course, yeah, Victoria Pilova.
Which is a massive one.
Yeah, I've sort of just forgotten about her because obviously we've not seen her at all this season. She got injured back in July and we're not going to see her till next season now. So, yeah, I think she's just out of the thinking at the moment for Arsenal. But she's a huge miss. George into the box, and that is headed away. We kept alive here by Bizet. Ball in, and that's headed out. The thing with the Pilova one is that because it happened so early in this window, I don't feel any sympathy. They had so much time to replace her. They waited till deadline day to make some insane bid for Kira Walsh, and they find themselves short-staffed in defensive midfield.
Yeah.
And I don't feel any sympathy because they've had so long to replace her. Even if it was a season-long loan for someone, or an older player on a short-term contract, there's deals they could have done.
Yeah. The other player I'm intrigued to see today for Man United is Bizet. I think she ended before the international break, she looked really, really sharp. The game against Tottenham and the game against Brighton. She had 2 good games there.
In other words, you've got her in your fantasy WSL.
I have, but I do think that she ended. I'm intrigued to see where that international.
She's won that ball high in the field. Paul from Caldense. Here's now soon. I don't know what it is about these two teams winning the ball high at the field and immediately turning around. Just desperate to hold on to possession. The ball forward that's brought down well in there by Turlin. Tries to link up with Toon. Toon not on the same wavelength. Turlin wins it back though. Toon from range here. It's a tame effort claimed with ease by Daphne Van Dyke.
Don't mind that though from Toon. How's it going? The goalkeeper's caught it, but it was on target.
Behind it here,
yeah.
Right?
I think. Playing hold up into Ellie Turlin is an interesting plan, but not a bad effort. It got to be better from Toon, but not bad. She's very far out, to be fair.
But I think that can work. Turlin is very good at holding onto the ball, and if you can bring Toon into the game in that way, I think that can be very successful. You've got someone to aim for with those balls. We see this from Bizet, that lovely loop ball.
That's Mannion.
That's right, even Mannion.
Because she keeps stopping the ball dead and then taking it like a free kick.
Here's Catley.
Gets run up to the ball.
Sends it forward. Good touch from Russo to try and take it around Letitia. Letitia does so well to recover though. Competing here with a former teammate. And it's one back in there by United, and Bizet skips past 1, skips past 2, stopped by Caldense out for United throw.
Very exciting battle between Letitia and Russo brewing. That first touch, and this is what we've said from Russo, is that although she's not finding the back of the net, her overall game is just brilliant. That first touch to knock it into the space is absolutely brilliant. And then it was a really good tussle between her and Letitia, and then Celine Bizet had enough of that and went around past 3 people.
Yeah.
And then won herself a throw.
Quality player is Celine Bizet. That is out now for a United throw. Mannion sends it down the line. Bizet gets it under control, manages to keep it in play, but loses it in the process and then commits a foul to prevent Caldense from progressing.
Won't be a yellow card though.
Not this early into the game, no.
Yeah, no, don't want to see any of them.
The focus is always on the fantasy WSL.
I need to catch up. I need some points, but smart from Caldense just wins the ball back, drives inside, and draws the foul.
Vouty lifts it across to Katie McCabe. McCabe into the box, but that is not into the box. That is well out of play. Poor delivery. An uncharacteristically poor delivery from Katie McCabe.
I was going to say, Katie McCabe had absolute acres. Mannion's tucked in way too narrow, and it just leaves so... Well, she's gone with Caldense is the problem.
She's doing the Lucy Bronze.
Yeah, has left so much space for McCabe, and I would have expected a much better ball from Katie McCabe.
Yeah.
The only person she picked out was the ball boy.
Isabella says, just got here, who do we think will win? Well, you predicted...
I said Man United, but I think it'll be very close.
And I said it'll be a draw. So, I don't think anyone will win. I think we win as the viewers.
Yeah.
Here's Catley. No, they've just started from somewhere else on the field.
What?
And Arsenal have had a shot.
What on earth has just happened?
Catley went over to take the throw. They've focused the camera down there. And then McCabe's just grabbed the ball and they've let her play. That's not where the throw was.
That is the most Katie McCabe thing Catley's just getting ready to take the throw.
Why is Kirsty Dowie
I don't
down
know.
left?
McCabe just picks a random ball up 15 yards further up the line and just throws it on.
And decides she's taking the throw now.
And Russo got a shot, and if that and just went past the post. Turner's choice was nowhere near it. If that had gone in, that would have been very controversial.
No, yeah. Here for the controversy, but that would have been a frustrating one for United to concede.
Yeah.
Here's Vouty. Headed away in there by Maya Letitia.
But also...
One back again, though.
No other player would even try that, apart from Katie McCabe.
Here's Catley. Moves it wide to McCabe. Pass inside to Caldense. Has to go across to Fox. Fox down the line. Nice touch into Ford. Fox will make the run beyond. Can Ford pick her out? We shall go more direct to Russo. Russo chests it down to Frida Marnham in the box now. Good defending from Letitia. Cleared away by George.
And I tell you what, Janssen did very well to not give away a penalty there. She just swang at the ball and didn't realise that Marnham had just got the wrong side, which she did realise, luckily, because if not, she would have clubbed Marnham on the leg.
Yeah.
But very tricky player. And
from what we've seen so far, Letitia is the glue of this backline.
Yes.
Ford now in the box again. Arsenal look really dangerous today. Leia Vouty skips past one. Shifts it to Marnham. Ball into the box. Headed away again.
Arsenal... Vouty's got to hit it there. Forced her on the edge of the area. She's got a good few yards of space to knock the ball in front and have a shot.
No idea what Vouty's trying to do there. She tried to stop Ellie Turland. And that should be pulled back
Kim
for a free kick.
should get booked for that, for kicking the ball away. That is very silly from Little.
Was it Little or Vouty in there that pulled back Turland?
Little fouled her and then kicked the ball away. And you can't afford to do that nowadays. And
no
was the
idea what
first
she
one to do
thought
it.
was going to happen there, Kim
That's
Little.
really silly.
She tries to shield the ball from Turland, and then Turland just runs around her. So she
Grabs-
pulls her back.
And then just volleys the ball away as the free kick's given. That's really clumsy from Kim Little. That is a very avoidable yellow card.
Yeah, Claire Bell saying, well, welcome to the stream. Says, thanks for this. My stream isn't working, so this is a lifesaver. No worries. Welcome. Hope you enjoy the coverage. Grace saying, chaos as always. Indeed. Katie McCabe, I was stunned to find this out, by the way, hasn't been booked in her last 15 matches. I'm not sure how.
Yeah, no, sorry, I don't know what to say to that. Another soft free kick's been given here for Caitlin Ford. But if there is one referee who I think would book her, it's not Emily Hayslip, unfortunately. So this is a foul from Clinton.
Just pulling back Caitlin Ford in there.
It was a slide tackle after, but I didn't see too much wrong with it. I'll be intrigued to see that back. But an opportunity for Arsenal in a decent area to swing the ball in and try and put Man United under some pressure.
Yes, indeed. Indeed it is if our coverage wants to work.
Yeah.
There it does. We've missed the free kick. United have the ball. So there we go. Arsenal didn't make anything of it.
Let's come back with 15 seconds then.
We've gained 15 seconds there, so that is always a win. Here is Williamson. Now Little. That's another poor pass. Little's just been really sloppy this season. We saw it a moment ago with a free kick that she shouldn't have conceded. And I've gone back in time to see the foul.
Right,
No idea what our coverage is doing now. But yeah, it didn't look like much of a foul to me.
no, I didn't think it was when I first saw it.
Anyway, here's Countdown today. Ball forwards, but that's cut out by Letitia.
Oh, what
Now
a poor
Marnham
pass.
wins it high. Chance for Russo. Can she get a shot away? She can, and that's a deflection just over the bar.
Wow, crucial
Really nice
touch.
though from Russo.
Really good from Russo. Again, movement, just manages to wriggle herself a yard or two to get the shot away, and that took a little nick, which saves her, really. It would have been going in, you think.
It's a really poor pass in there. I think it's Narsoon. No idea who she's aimed for with that pass out. Ends up giving it away. Marnham quick to react, and Russo, if it weren't for the deflection of Turner, may have opened the scoring here.
I think any goal kick was struggling to get there. That was arrowed into the top corner.
Yeah.
Crucial intervention, but a chance for Arsenal from the corner.
As you say, a chance now for Arsenal. Ball into the box, and that is over everyone though. And United should be able to deal with this. Mannion will see that out for a goal kick.
Yeah, does well there, just to take the pressure off and give her team a chance to play out now. But Arsenal, I think, have started more positively, it's fair to say. They've looked really sharp.
Yeah.
And again, they're looking to put United under pressure.
We open up more questions. Where are United at this season? That's poor from Bizet to concede possession. McCabe gets fouled, then commits a foul. It all evens out. Bizet wins a free kick.
Yeah, and as you say, they struggled against Brighton last weekend, 2 weekends ago, because Brighton press high. Once again, we're seeing already, Man United are struggling to play out.
Yeah.
Noel Soondale with a sloppy pass and he led to a goal. And again there, Bizet's got lucky that Kim Little's kicked her in the back, because if she doesn't do that, then that's not a foul.
Ball forward from Manchester United, dealt with in the air by Catley. Here's Williamson, Little. Now Fox. Williamson will send it forwards. One back by George, and now United can bring it the other way. United haven't really come forward. They had a fleeting chance early on, but they are now coming forwards. One back in there by Emily Fox, and she'll stop it going out from a corner as well. United thrown out on the far side.
I think that ball's got to be better from Clinton. Turland's made a lovely run and got herself some space. That ball has to be a bit more pinpoint.
Yeah.
And would have given Ellie Turland a chance to find the back of the net.
Here's George. Clinton chests it down.
Offside, surely.
I was going to say. Yeah, quite far offside there, the two. She just drifted into that offside position to receive the throw.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can't be offside there. But then as soon as that's taken, she needs to get back into position and just doesn't.
And Clinton's got to realise that she's miles offside.
Yeah, that as well. Either way, Arsenal free kick. Here's Little.
Yeah, United just struggling to find their rhythm at the moment.
Yeah. McCabe, that's poor. Bizet wins it high up the field. And a chance now for United. Clinton. Seen wide. Bizet. Now Mannion. You've got to feel that United have got to do more with that.
Yeah,
from Arsenal.
but
Such
the thing is, Clinton,
position.
Bizet wanted it knocked back to her so that she could whip it in first time on her right foot, but the pass from Clinton fell on Bizet's left foot, and Bizet just couldn't do anything with it because she had to take an extra touch, and by that point the ball wasn't into the on into the box, and that is a woeful pass from Maya Le Tissier.
Not sure what the intention was
I
there.
think she wanted to switch the play, and she's put out for a goal kick.
Yeah. Joanne Cook says, where can I watch the match? BBC Two, let's go. Yes, sorry. Forgot to reply to that. There's been a lot happening in the last few minutes. But yes, if you are looking to find the game, it's on BBC Two if you're in the UK. If you're outside the UK, it is a televised broadcast pick. So whatever your TV broadcaster is, it'll be on that channel.
Mm-hmm. But Arsenal, they're the ones who have found the rhythm. They're the ones who have started this game more positively. United just... You think they need to get the ball down, they need to start playing their stuff. But the problem is that they're trying to do that, and Arsenal will just win the ball off them every time.
Yeah. It's Talis Joyce. Now Le Tissier. Turner. Le Tissier. Now Millie Turner.
So this is the problem. Arsenal have covered both the pivot players. So the only options for United are to go sideways or go long.
Arsenal's pressing this season has been excellent.
Yeah.
Absolutely excellent. We saw the same with Brighton though. United, against a team that are effective in the press,
That's
will
a
struggle.
hospital pass from Mannion.
Back into Le Tissier, scooped it away, but now Arsenal come forwards. Frida Marnham puts it into the box and... Well, Ford had made the run, but it was too narrow and it's ended up going out to the wide right space. No one's there. Fox recovers it. And then that's cleared away in there by Toon, and Turlan can hold it up with her back to goal. Looks to bring others into the game. Finds Ella Toon. Toon being pulled back, but Toon now all flickered in behind. Turlan gives chase against Catley. Catley deals really well, though. Clears it out of play.
Yeah, good defending. United, Turlan's hold-up is absolutely pivotal in this game because the only chances they're really getting to come forward is when they clear the ball and Turlan manages to latch onto it and hold on to it. But apart from that, they're getting away with a couple errors at the back.
Yeah, now soon. Goes back to Maya Le Tissier. Le Tissier finds Mannion. Mannion goes wider still into Bizet. Now United can come forwards. There's a sea of blue shirts back here, though. The Arsenal away strip rather than anyone for United. And that's cleared away easily. That Bizet ball, and there's no one in the box.
Yeah, no.
George sends it forwards. Clinton might just get there. Really good defending, though, from Fox to see that out.
Right idea from United. They're the type of passes you have to find to get through this Arsenal backline, but failing to... Just Clinton couldn't get on the end of that one, but better from United.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they're trying to play Clinton in behind, though, and not in the half space.
Yeah.
Because she should be occupying this bit of space on the edge of the box. Instead, she pushes right onto the last side of the defence to try and make running in behind.
And I do think as well, you have one of the best strikers in the air on the pitch in Elizabeth Turland.
Oh, it's Arsenal coming forwards now. Rousseau, that is an ambitious pass forward that Talis Joyce will play.
If there isn't an option on, rather than try some audacious ball into one of the other players, just put the ball onto Turland's head. Because there's a good chance that she gets ahead on it. And that usually ends up in the back of the net.
Yeah.
You've got to get,
The problem for United today is that Arsenal are very good in the air. I think that's a big reason why they're using Leah Williamson today. It's that aerial prowess, is that she will compete with Elizabeth Turland.
Bizet hasn't got the opportunity to swing a delivery in once yet. And that is proving very important for... That's a poor touch.
Has won it high. And now she'll look to try and bring others into the game. That's behind Fox, though. Arsenal are really frustrating me because they keep winning the ball in United's half and then turning around.
Nelson's taking a dodgy touch there, and it's left forward in a position where there's only the back line, in front of her.
Yeah.
And she's gone backwards.
It's very conservative, and I get it because Arsenal are in a bit of a bad run and trying to control the game probably gives them a better chance than if they turn this into a bit of a basketball game where it's just end-to-end stuff. But there's chances here where they could put the ball in the back of the net, where they could go and attack, and they're turning around to focus on control rather than scoring.
Because if it becomes like a basketball game, United can rely on their attackers in form and and Maya Le Tissier to keep them in the game. Whereas Arsenal, who are struggling to find the back of the net a little bit and have conceded too many goals this season, it's one of those where they have to be careful.
The more I watch of United, the more I realise that United's defence, while it may be good, it relies so heavily on Maya Le Tissier.
Well, I think the other problem is defensive midfielder. Nelson's been so sloppy today.
And you've got Dominique Janssen in there, who's not a defensive midfielder.
No.
It's almost like selling your defensive midfielder and then replacing her with someone who is very inexperienced in Simi Awujo, who you don't trust,
Yeah.
and instead having to play loads of other players there isn't a great idea.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought it?
And if it wasn't for Laetitia and Tallis Joyce this season, I think United would concede a lot more
And if
goals.
the plan all along was to play Dominique Janssen in defensive midfield, that's just a weird plan. Because what a fantastic centre-half, they're deciding to play a defensive midfield.
If they've got into the situation accidentally, that's bad. But if they've purposely put themselves there...
Well, I find it hard to see how they haven't purposely done this, because if so, it's truly awful recruitment.
Turlin, that's superb, but Mannion's not on the same wavelength, but she has won it back somehow. I'm not really sure how that's ended up.
Now Bizet. So Bizet and Mannion have swapped momentarily. Hopefully momentarily.
Man United will want to swap that round very quickly.
Turner. Now George. Goes wide into Clinton. Janssen. Goes backwards. Turner. See, what they've done there is they've taken Russo out of the press by playing around her, and then they've put her right back into the press by going back to Turner.
Yeah.
United are coming forward successfully now, though. Here is Ella Toon. Ford, though, will compete and will win that ball back without much difficulty in the end, to be fair. Fox up against Grace Clinton. Fox shields it well.
That's a United throw.
And that's
Apparently
gone for an
not.
Arsenal throw, which Clinton can't quite believe. To be fair, I understand that.
Because that is a Manchester United throw. But good defending from Fox. And yeah, United just aren't... It's not clicking at the moment. And we saw a period of this in the Brighton game, and that was the only time we did really see it. It's not going right. It's not going the way they want it to.
Well, Everton wasn't incredible.
It wasn't, no.
They scored an early goal, and other than that, they failed to create much.
What let them off is that Everton didn't cause any
Everton
problems.
didn't create anything. So
Story of their season so far.
And the few fleeting opportunities they did have, they squandered. Letitia carries the ball forwards, now moves it to Mannion. Mannion goes wide into Bizet. Bizet back to Letitia. Turner. Rob K, welcome to the stream, just says United. I assume that's who you're supporting for today's game then?
That is a great switch
Or in today's
to
game.
fine tune.
Clinton tries to play it inside, can't quite find now. Soon will bounce back to Clinton. And a chance to recycle it. Pass forward, cut out by Little. He goes back to Williamson. I'm not really sure why again. There's a pass on the Caldente there.
Yeah. And again, McCabe finds herself with loads of space on the left-hand side just to run into. She's gained 20 yards here, Katie McCabe. Just running forwards.
Now Caldente. Support is arriving now on the edge of the box for Arsenal. Caldente will look to take on Mannion. Really good defending though from Aoife Mannion.
On
Cleared
the line.
away in there by Letitia.
But yeah, good defending. But yeah, McCabe just had so much space to run into there.
I would love to see Kim Little's progressive pass statistics, because I'm convinced it will be 0. Because every pass she makes goes backwards or sideways, and Arsenal just don't get forwards because of it.
And Bizet.
Caldente caught in possession there. Good defending from Bizet. Turlin carries it forward. Now Bizet. Janssen. Somehow they've gone from counter-attacking to Letitia. Again. All it takes is for one of these two sides to pull the trigger, and this game will spark.
Yeah.
Instead, they are more than happy just to try and control the game for now. Letitia sends that one forward. That's something for Turner to chase. Catley will deal with it, but unconvincingly so. Throw in for United in the Arsenal third here.
Yeah, just, I don't know, it is very conservative. But it's a big game, and both sides are being very reserved. They want to remain in control rather than take a risk. But you're here for and I think second half will open up. I really do.
Well, that was my prediction for full kickoff, is that this would happen.
Yeah.
They'd spend 45 minutes sort of dancing around each other, and then eventually someone will get bored and flick the switch, and this game will open up.
It doesn't feel like they're playing each other. They're just coexisting on the same football pitch.
Yeah. And that's one high up the pitch by Arsenal.
Chance.
If they go backwards here, I will start screaming. Russo. Sends it forward.
That's a great
Here
ball.
is Frida Mana. Bursting into the box now. Ball in. And that's headed away.
head.
Fantastic clearance by Millie Turner.
That is a crucial header from Millie Turner.
It was a cross that turned into more of a shot in the end.
All comes again because Niall Saunders lost possession on the halfway line.
Yeah, too sloppy.
And Manham does well, so a great ball in. Mannion doesn't really do anything. And a vital touch from Turner. Just to turn it away from goal.
It's really pointless defending there from Mannion. It's almost face-saving. She makes it look like she's defending, but she doesn't do anything to actually try and prevent the ball into the box. Ball in from Arsenal here, headed back towards the goal. Somehow they've not bundled it home, and George will get it clear.
Off the line once again, I'm not sure who by. Millie Turner, I think it might have been again.
Turner to the rescue here. 2 goal-saving defensive actions here.
Great header from Catley from the corner.
And Arsenal have got to take momentum from this. 20 minutes left of this half. There's still more than enough time. They've got to try and make something happen here. Catley.
I'd like to see him back again. But it feels like if it wasn't for Millie Turner, this could be 1-0 Arsenal.
Williamson into McCabe. Now Vouty. Caldente. Leia Vouty. Ball into the box. Headed on by Manu, and it's just past the far post. How have Arsenal not found a breakthrough yet?
Really clever header from Frida Marlin. Does exactly what she needs to do. Goes across the goal. Talis Joyce was scrambling. And I tell you what, that would have been close if it was on target. Yeah. It's a lovely ball in from Leia Vouty. Flicked on by Marlin. It's not a bad header.
As Isabella says, finally they are trying to attack.
Yeah, Arsenal have just flicked that. Here's the header. Catley goes across goal from the corner. It wasn't going in, but it...
Catley's almost got to put this on target, you feel. Yeah. There's no one in, and there's no one across to go for.
I think she thinks she's deeper than she actually is in the penalty area. Tries to flick it across goal, and actually she's the one that's in the in the shot taking opportunity.
Yeah.
But Arsenal, perhaps, that the trigger's gone now for Arsenal. They've lit that match. They're trying to go, sparking to life.
Wondering how long you're going to keep that analogy going for. Talis Joyce sends this long.
Think no more.
That's one in the air by Mannion, but it's not a convincing win, and Arsenal win it back. Williamson will send it forwards, looking for an Arsenal attacker. Again, Mannion heads it sideways, and it's caused all sorts of issues. A ball up in the air by George, one back by Bizet. Vouty does well to recover it. And now Arsenal can look to play out. Williamson. Catley. Here is Caldente. That's a really poor pass from Mariona Caldente. Bizet slipped over though, and that allows Arsenal to win it heart of the field here. McCabe against Mannion. Well, Mannion hands all over her, but for now that is within the letter of the law. McCabe is stopped in this corner, trying to take on Mannion now.
I can't describe what part of the ball Mannion's playing. I really can't.
She's just pushed McCabe.
She's really lucky to get away with that.
And that's really sloppy from Bizet, and they lose possession. Yeah, Mannion there again just doesn't look on it. They must be praying that Jade Riviere miraculously recovers by the second half.
The fact she's on the bench would say that she potentially is fit to play something.
That's really smart movement from Little, who gives it to Marnie, who
too much on it.
Her down. Because I think she can control this.
I think the problem is she tries to make it a touch that she can play off.
I know she's stretching for it, but I think she can bring that under her control.
She should just hit it.
Yeah.
What she tries to touch herself into the penalty area and then shoot. She doesn't have time to do that.
Sapphire says Arsenal just decided to stop playing.
It just bounces off her shin.
Yeah.
Doesn't actually bring any of it under control.
Because it's moving at such fast pace, she doesn't actually need to strike
it. Just bounces up and...
Yeah. Sapphire 123 saying Arsenal just decided to stop playing Cooney Cross for some reason. Yeah, a bit of a weird one. I do think that she made some mistakes in the first game, but she looked really good against West Ham. I'm surprised not to see her today because I think she offers you so much more than Kim Little right now in terms of that final third stuff.
Clinton, what a ball that is.
Ball in and Catley's down in the box. It wasn't given initially. It is now, I think, given as a Turland foul.
I'm not sure how that can be given because I don't think the referee's seen that at all.
No. Let's see where Dow was looking.
Looking in the penalty area. She had one look, but she weren't look. I mean, I was looking at the ref rather than what actually happened. So that's good.
There is a push in there.
Yeah, I think so. And Turland was reaching for the cross anyway.
It wouldn't have mattered. It didn't go anywhere.
It does feel like the positive steps that Arsenal made in that West Ham game, they did just take out. Cooney Cross doesn't play today. Kafaji doesn't play today. Although
they both came off the bench and impact. So are they thinking, if they do come on later in this game, they'll have the impact.
And from the start, you're going to favour your skipper Kim Little. You're going to favour
Ball down the line, and it's kept alive here by Alessia Russo. Chance for Arsenal. Doesn't really have much support in the box. We'll stick it in there, though. Marnham at the back post. I don't think she realised that was coming to her.
And it's bounced out in front of her. She's had a swing at it. But again, mistakes from Mannion, and United are just starting to struggle a little bit. Arsenal are just has put a lot of pressure on them. I can't describe what Mannion's tried to do there.
I think that would summarise her whole game so far.
Yeah.
No idea what's going on.
Russo does brilliantly. It's not a bad ball in, and it just bounces up in front of Marnham.
Justin says, where did Bizet come from? I'm not familiar with her, but she's doing well. She was at Tottenham last season.
Absolutely brilliant for Tottenham.
Yeah, and a big reason why Tottenham aren't good anymore. Well, that and Clinton, because now they can't progress the ball out of midfield, and so they just keep conceding loads of goals.
Yeah.
It's a real problem.
Especially in Tottenham's FA Cup run. I think Bizet was brilliant in that Leicester game, especially in that semi-final.
Gracie B says, true like a different team since Renée Slegers took charge. They just seem to be playing a lot more confidence, a lot more freedom.
That is phenomenal. Oh, and then she stood on the ball and lost it.
I do think, though, that considering the opponents they've played, that's been quite kind to Arsenal. So I'll be intrigued to see them tested, because you're playing today against the United side, who I don't think are that brilliant shape-wise. They're just they've got some quality players. So you take like the Tottenham game, where Tottenham out of form, United will capitalise on mistakes. You take the West Ham game, where West Ham were the worst defences in the league, United are going to score some goals. You take the Everton game, where Everton are giving them gilt-edged opportunities because they're not very good. United will take their chances. We saw Brighton, a team that are very well coached, that aren't as high in quality as United, and Brighton looked the better side for large portions of that game.
Yeah.
I think what we're seeing today here is that an Arsenal side in a decent structure are going to, because there is such quality in this Arsenal side, it doesn't, as long as you're putting them in a simple enough structure, they will grind out results themselves.
Yeah.
Like, you probably won't beat the likes of Chelsea and City because they are so strong and so well drilled. But against most other teams in this league, this Arsenal team is so good, they should have the beating.
Yeah.
And I think, obviously, any interim manager is just going to... What they'll aim to do is bring in a simple structure and raise morale. And I think Slegers has done that very effectively.
But even just her mania, the fact she's practically on the pitch, Renée Slegers.
Yeah, that'll make a huge difference.
You know, it's clearly that...
From Ida Val, who's usually either trying to chew off the ear of the fourth official or sat slumped in his chair. I think it does make a huge difference. Here's Aoife Mannion. Goes back to Letitia. Odd says, United do not look comfortable. Arsenal are knocking, but Arsenal are also bundling chances, so they could get caught out. Yeah, I still think there are some issues with Arsenal's rest defence. They're not going to solve everything overnight, but they have dealt with everything that United have thrown at their way so far. I also don't think United's attack is entirely functional. I still think they are lacking presence on the left wing. I still don't see where the creativity is coming, apart from Bizet at the moment. But because Arsenal are very much aware of that, they've got McCabe and Catley there, who, even if McCabe gets caught high, you've got Steph Catley there, and obviously out of possession they're playing that back three. Catley's very good to defending wide areas, and I think that's why they're using Catley in that role.
Yeah.
Have a pause here as Clinton does up her laces.
I'm not sure that's stopping a game for a player to do their laces. This is
This
is adult football at the end of the day. But anyway, we're back playing now.
It's the top division of women's football in the UK. Mannion. Or in England. Now Turner sends it forwards.
What a pass.
Brought down well by Bizet. Can she create an opportunity? It's not a bad ball in. Turland header claimed well by Van Domselaar.
Really nice move from United. It was a brilliant pass that finds Bizet for the first time, finds her in space. Superb touch, great ball in, whips it in, and I tell you what, there's not much. Turner doesn't do much wrong here. It's a really good header. Looks to find the far corner, and it's a good save from Van Domselaar.
Yeah, it's a really good stop.
Does well to get that on target. Can't really generate much power behind it because she can't get up above the ball, but not a bad header. And first sign of United really, doing what they've done in recent games. Finding players.
The ball out of Bizet and then crossing it in.
And Turner scores a header.
Yeah. Here is Van Domselaar. Now Catley. Back to Van Domselaar. Williamson. Sends it forwards. Vouty. Marnham. Mariona Caldente. Here's Caitlin Ford now. Wants to take players on. Dominic Janssen there. trying to force her into running the ball off the field, ends up knocking it off herself. So that's an Arsenal corner.
Yeah.
We've already seen Arsenal pose a lot of threat from these aerial situations, a lot of aerial threat in this Arsenal side.
Yeah. Oh, and you've got one of the best crosses of the ball in Kate McCabe over it, and some aerial prowess.
McCabe was the short option the first time. I think she's gone short again here. Well, that may have been a ruse.
You never know. But again, you've got the same players.
McCabe, I think, will take this one, though.
Yeah.
Ball whipped into the box. Tallis Joyce comes and claims well. Really good claim from Fallon Tallis Joyce there. Well, 10 minutes left of this half. Do you think we'll see a breakthrough, or are United doing enough to weather that Arsenal storm?
I don't think we are. I think we will go into the half goalless. I don't think that either side just really look like scoring. Unless we have a mental last 10 minutes, I think we will remain.
Goes back to Van Domselaar. It's a good ball out looking for Ford. George can't deal. Turner does, though. Just feels that at the moment United are getting beaten in every wide duel. George and Mannion every single time are getting beaten.
Yeah.
And at the moment they're relying heavily on Turner and Letitia to wipe up the mess.
Yeah.
But it is a real issue. And I know they've not got their first choice options in those positions. Obviously with Blundell, I'm about to say out with pregnancy. She's not out with pregnancy, she's pregnant. And obviously Riviere only just came back from injury. But they are really weak in those positions at the moment. It doesn't really make sense to me what they're playing today, United.
Arsenal really got opportunity there. And I felt that Caroline taken a shot. Just fell to it. She found herself on the edge of the area. Mannion was backtracking. I'd have just had a go. But they kept the ball and they're still coming forwards.
Marnham whips it in there and it will be a met at the back post. What a save from Tallis Joyce. Ford got very little contact behind it, but it still required an acrobatic stop from Fallon Tallis Joyce.
Lovely little ball.
Great ball in from Frida Marnham.
Just puts it, doesn't really aim at anyone, just puts it in an area of uncertainty.
This is a ball that George should deal with every day of the week. And she's been muscled off it.
It's George, I think, who actually flicks it on.
Yeah. She does enough there to stop Ford getting to it, but they just look like they're getting caught out in wide areas every single time.
Really good reflexes from Tallis Joyce again.
Antonio says players not good enough for United. I'm still not sure it's a personnel issue. There's areas. I agree. I don't think the fullbacks are good enough. I don't think the pivot players are pivot players. You know, you've got a central midfielder there who you would be, I think, more comfortable in a 3 or playing as the more advanced player, but she has to play defensive midfield alongside a centre back. I don't think it's a great pivot. Not because they're bad players, but because they are not defensive midfielders. I don't think their wingers. I don't think their fullbacks are great. I don't think Toon is a winger. And so and it just means that structurally it's all a bit messy, because while other sides would go, because there's a lot of times where Nelson gets on the ball and loses it or can't find that killer pass.
Yeah.
And for a lot of sides, you know, they'll find their defensive midfielder who is very good in possession, and they will just come up with something. Like you think of City and Chelsea, they rely on Cuthbert or Hasegawa.
Yeah.
They will just find that brilliant pass and they'll get them out of so much trouble. But at the moment, every time they pick out one of their defensive midfielders, they either go backwards or lose it. And that, for me, is a real issue at the moment.
Yeah. But they are still level here.
There's Letitia. And I keep questioning why they don't put Letitia at right back or defensive midfield. The reason is they can't, because she's the only player, her and Turner are the only players offering great defence at the moment.
Yeah.
So you can't take Letitia out of that centre back, and it's a real issue, because I think they could put Dominic Janssen centre half, they could put Letitia right back, and I know it's not Letitia's best position, but if they use someone like Leah Galton at left back, it's going to look more like a 3-back in possession anyway. Yeah. And considering they're playing Toon on the left wing, that would make a lot of sense with what they're trying to do in this system, but they're not doing that.
No.
I mean, especially today, they've gone so defensive. 2 fullbacks who aren't going to get forwards. They're relying a lot on their wingers to make anything happen. They don't have many options in the final third. They're just really, really defensive. Mannion. Bizet. Bizet will be forced backwards here to Letitia. Now Turner. Here is Gabrielle George. Turner again, Letitia. I think United have done well, though, to weather the Arsenal storm. The question is what happens in the second half. Can United adjust their system to try and be a bit more aggressive? We'll see.
Because I think if we have a repeat of the
Williamson's
first half,
going to lift that over the top, and it's not dealt with in there by Clinton, who's having to recover here at left back. He does then get back in and win the ball. Really good stuff from Clinton there.
Yeah. Don't know why she's having to drop back in there and cover, but it's, United just not playing very well, to be honest. And
Sapphire posing an interesting question. Can Brighton get top 3? It's actually something we spoke about in our Wednesday video. For anyone that hasn't watched that, we did an analysis of Vidicic's tactics. And we spoke about where that ceiling is for Brighton, how they're getting on this season. I don't think it's out of the realms of possibility.
No.
I mean, obviously Arsenal could have a resurgence in this season if either Slegers is brilliant or they bring in another manager. United have started well, but I have some huge doubts.
Yeah.
And they are all being shown in this game.
I think that for Brighton, it's not what they will do, it's what other teams do. If Arsenal recover and United keep up their early season form, then I don't think they'll get top 3. But if Brighton keep doing what they're doing and Arsenal start to recover soon and United do start to fall away, then definitely. So for Brighton, I think they're probably where they're at, as high they're going to get this season in terms of their performance levels. It's based on what the teams around them, how the teams around them do.
The other thing is, I think at the moment Chelsea and City are completely out of Brighton's reach, whereas for the teams like Arsenal and United, I think on their day they can match those top sides, and so those games are the difference makers.
Yeah,
because there aren't any other teams in the league I see that Brighton can't beat. And I think that will make the huge difference. Obviously, Brighton have some big tests coming up. They play Chelsea next weekend, don't they?
Yeah.
Or is it the weekend after? They've got Arsenal coming up as well. We'll see what they get. I think they'll probably lose to Chelsea. And so they could then drop behind United or Arsenal if Arsenal are playing well.
If they draw or win Chelsea, that is an incredible result for Brighton.
They shouldn't have any issues today. But obviously they've got Leicester. And that'll be an interesting one. But Leicester without really anyone in their team today. They've got no Jutta Rantalu, she's out for a while. No Noemi Mouchon out for the season now with an ACL injury. So they look a bit impotent in attack. And to be fair, they've not played particularly well yet under Amandine Mikel. They look better last weekend, I think it was.
2 weekends.
They played, the last match week.
Beat Everton 1-0, but
they look better. And I think that's the important thing.
Yeah. But no, I do think that'll be a good one. You've got a London derby of Tottenham West Ham as well today. That is a huge game because both sides who desperately need a win. So that'll be interesting to see.
It's the game where West Ham will be hoping they can take advantage of the fact that Tottenham have been really shaky.
Yeah. And you never know what could happen. Ford concedes a free kick there.
And obviously join us later this evening for Chelsea-Everton as well. That's the last game of today. We'll be live for that one as well. Couple of minutes left in this first half then. It looks like we'll go into the break all square. Unless the deadlock is broken in the final few minutes here.
Both sides are still yet to find their top level in this game. But I think Arsenal are probably closer to it than United are. United have got a lot of work to do.
I think the concerning thing is I don't think United are far from it.
And that is,
it's just this isn't going to work against an Arsenal side that are well set up. Bizet. Really good defending from McKay. Forces her backwards here to Laetitia. I mean, here, who is Laetitia supposed to pass to? Everyone has run into the penalty area. She's either got to play a glory ball over the top, see what happens, or they have to go backwards and wait for players to drop back into position. Narsund will try that glory ball now, and that will be dealt with by Williamson. And that is the issue. Williamson will head everything away. So they're not going to find up.
You've found the wrong centre half because Turland is on the shoulder of Catley, and you've crossed the ball into Williamson. You're not even aiming for your player.
They're constantly trying to swing from this right hand side because it's either going to be Turland or Narsund. It's never going to be Janssen or Turner who play that sort of pass. And so they're hurting themselves in that regard. Or it's going to be Bizet to cross it in. It's never going to be the left hand side. Everything for United is on this right hand side. And so it's always going to be swung in towards that back post. Well, Leah Williamson is. Oh, she has been error prone. One area that she does rarely make mistakes in is in the air.
Yeah.
Very well accomplished there.
I think that is the main thing for Arsenal. Is that I think it's been a pretty mistake-free performance in this first half.
Yeah. Odd one says, indeed, Brighton are doing so well. They need a better goalie like Keating. That's an interesting one. For me, I don't think Keating would be the right fit because Brighton's goalkeeper has to be pretty much a central midfielder, the amount that they use her in possession. So, yeah, I get what you mean. Having a top quality shot stopper would make a difference. But equally, Brighton have conceded the second least goals in the league this season.
This is good.
Only United have conceded less. And United have had a beautiful fixture run. McCabe. Now Caldente. McCabe tries to cross it in there. It's blocked. Here is Caldente. Ball in towards the back posts. Ford has got to meet one of these crosses at some point today.
I think she's right in her complaints that she was held back a lot by George, and I think George has just let her go at the right time.
It's not drawn attention from the ref.
That was on the borderline, I think. I want to see that one
tries
back.
to play it forward, cut out in there by Toon, who tries to send it long, but that will result in nothing. Both fullbacks have been very handsy.
Yeah.
And it's good. I'm not sure why it's not being punished yet.
That shows that they're struggling to hold out, and no added time.
No added time. To be fair, the ball's nothing's really stopped the game, so it will be half time here. Manchester United 0, Arsenal 0. Neither side able to break the deadlock in that first half.
I think that completely sums up the first half. That there was no additional time. That rarely ever happens in a football game. But alas, we're at hit 45 and we're done. And a half, and there's a lot of words being said between Manchester United players here. Clearly, some disagreements going on there that need to be sorted out into the second half.
I think they've been outplayed. Totally.
Yeah.
I mean, the possession's 50-50. Well, I think that's very kind to United because United's only touches of the ball have been in their own box.
Yeah.
Or in half. They've not really been able to come forward. It's 3 shots to 6 in Arsenal's favour. It's 2 shots on target to 1 in the favour of Manchester United, though. Arsenal have had a lot of chances. They've had a lot of shots. Have not really been able to test Talis Joyce, though.
And I do think on United that this frustration is coming. When you are unbeaten in 5, when you haven't lost a game and every game's been pretty comfortable,
the pressure's on.
They're nice games. When you get to a game where you are under pressure and you are starting to struggle, that frustration is going to come naturally because suddenly it's like, well, this isn't easy anymore. I don't like it.
Well, this for me is the key statistic. In that first half of United's 230 passes, 134 were in their own half.
Yeah,
they did not come forward. 61 passes in the opposition half. They've not challenged Arsenal at all in this game. They've not brought that ball forward. It's a real issue.
That is worrying. That is really worrying from a United point of view. They need to get the ball forward. They need to start moving it because the problem is either they what they're doing is either they're trying to play forwards and it's getting cut out, or they just keep playing backwards. And because it keeps getting cut out, once you play a few forward balls and they're a bit misplaced, you lose the ball. You then refuse to play forwards as a centre half because you won't want to risk losing the ball. So then you just keep playing around with the same people and you keep playing backwards and you get nowhere. And I think Arsenal have done well. They've realised that. They're pressing very well. They're keeping United penned in. And overall, I think Arsenal will be the happier side going into half-time.
Yeah, a few messages to go through then. HB says, never seen a striker who's just never at the right place to get to crosses as much as Russo. The thing is, because I think in this system, Russo functions more as a false 9. We see a lot of her dropping in to form third-man combinations, to link up the play, rather than sitting on the shoulder and waiting to get involved in the penalty area, rather than being a box threat, rather than being an aerial threat. She'll drop in and get involved, and then we'll see players like Frida Marnham or the wide players making those runs beyond. Yeah. And so I get what you're saying there, HB, but it's due to the function she plays in this system. I mean, we see it a lot here. Russo is a great player, but she's not in the box much because she has to drop in to link up the play a lot. Yeah. And that's just down to the way that Arsenal play. But also because Russo's so good with her back to goal, you understand why they want to do that.
And on the flip side, Frida Marnham is one of the best midfielders aerially, really.
One of the best headers of the ball in the WSL, let alone of midfielders, to be fair. But yeah, they've just not been able. They've had a lot of balls that have been quite good and just not been able to turn
that cross there was actually Russo crossing the ball in.
Yeah, because she make that wide run down the channel. When she does make those runs in behind, it tends to be in the channels. Yeah. Rather than being in behind. I
do think Arsenal will strike. If they continue the way they're playing, Russo has looked really, really sharp once again.
Eventually, yeah. The way that this game's gone, eventually they will find a goal unless United change something. It's, BBC highlighting Arsenal building from a back 3 as though they haven't done that all season. But alas, News says, hello guys, the Ballon d'Or, surely it should have been Caroline Graham-Hansen. Yes, I completely agree. I think the Ballon d'Or is pointless, especially the women's side. We were going to do a video on this, but I thought it was. I'd rather talk about Daria Vidicic and positive things rather than just have a video moaning. But I don't. I think for the women's game, the Ballon d'Or is really pointless because it's not journalists who know much about the women's game.
Yeah.
It's not. They don't, I mean, the fact they don't have an equivalent of the Yashin Trophy, the fact they don't have an equivalent of the Young Player, the Copper Trophy, for me, that just shows the absolute neglect towards the women's game. There should be a separate award show.
They can't even go watch it because during the national break.
That as well.
So it's one of those. You're putting it's the whole structure and organisation around the women's side of the Ballon d'Or is a wreck.
The thing is, I think the Ballon d'Or is a terrible ceremony anyway. The men's side, everyone gets on with it because it holds so much history and so much prestige, but there is none of that in the women's game. And so rightfully people just go, well, we just don't care.
Not even the players care.
And Von Martí don't care.
Well, yeah, because she keeps winning it. But if you're... Because you have to choose between playing for your country or going to the ceremony. If you know you're not going to win it, or you're not even going to be in the... you're not, even if you know you're not going to be in the top 5, players don't bother.
I mean, the WSL clubs get... absolutely ignored anyway. Lauren James being 13th in the Ballon d'Or ranking, I mean, come on. That is a piss take. 2 places behind Patri Gallardo, who is a good player, but she is not one of the key players for Barcelona or for Spain. She's a big part player for both the sides. She's a water carrier type player. She was not the 11th best player in the world last year. There's so many odd decisions like that. To me, I don't think it's not an award I care massively about.
No.
Yeah, but Bon Martí won for PR reasons because she plays for Barcelona and for Spain.
Yeah.
I can't see how you could justify Bon Martí over Caroline Graham-Hansen.
No.
I don't see how Paralluelo was third either. Literally, in every big match she played last season, she did nothing.
Yeah.
Like, from all the knockouts of the Champions League, she wasn't great. She scored loads in Liga F. Well done. But yeah, I don't think she was the third best player in the world.
I don't think she was the third best striker in the world.
No.
Not let alone the best player.
Khadija Shaw, I've moaned about Lauren James being 13th. Shaw was even lower.
Yeah.
How?
But it's incredible how much they rank, how much trophies comes into it. Because Shaw didn't win anything. It's the problem.
Despite being top goal scorer in the WSL.
Yeah.
But that won't come into consideration. The problem was City weren't in the Champions League last year. I think now that they are, she should be in the running.
100%.
But unless they win it, she's not getting anywhere near that award. That's the problem.
Yeah. However, if they do win it, they're still final. But international tournaments as well. That's the other problem with it. Is they fate because Spain are so good. Yeah. If you're Spanish, you're in because with Shaw being Jamaican, she's not going to get anywhere near it.
And the other thing is because in the men's game, it's fine with the award being Eurocentric because Europe is where all the money and all the interest is.
Yeah.
In the women's game, the NWSL is such a powerhouse. But how on earth are we supposed to compare someone like Trinity Rodman with someone like, I don't know, Aitana Bonmatí? Because there's no... Obviously, the Champions League is a good yardstick for teams, for all the different players in Europe. But the NWSL players don't play in that. So how could we possibly compare the two? It's really difficult to have an award like that in the women's game. I think there should be a separate award show. There should be a separate thing that does it. Because I don't think France does a very good job of it. Or I think it's L'Equipe now, isn't it?
And also, even this year, we still don't know the winner of the NWSL.
So exactly.
How can you give... Because,
so weird.
It's bizarre. But, I mean... it does need some amendment.
Either way, that is a topic for another time. Maybe we will probably won't do a video on it now. We'll wait till next year. Yeah. Moan about it all over again. Sapphire says, man, Arsenal is frustrating to watch. I thought for a moment Sapphire had combined the two sides. They are both frustrating to watch, but I assume that's a man, Arsenal is frustrating to watch. Yeah, they're just... Arsenal are very good on the ball, but they're not penetrative enough, and we've known this for ages now. So they just don't create loads of opportunities. They don't get enough shots away despite how much they dominate and how much they're in the opposition half. United are just not very good at progressing the ball. And that's because you've got two defensive midfielders who aren't very good at ball progression. You don't have a left winger. Your fullbacks aren't very good at carrying the ball forwards. So there is no one in this United side today who carries that ball forwards. I think if they are looking to try and change something up here, they've got to get someone who's going to drive that ball forwards, who's going to make a difference here. For me, you could drop Clinton deeper and try and get her involved a bit more in the build-up phase, because I think while it is a double pivot, you could use a single pivot because the double pivot is not offering you much upside at the moment, because they're playing a flat back four pretty much, even in possession. So I don't really understand what they're trying to do there. So yeah, I'm lost with United at the moment. I have no idea what they're trying to do ever. Justin says, okay, good. I was confused by Salma too. Yeah, indeed. Odd one says, I think Spanish teams need to ignore the Ballon d'Or and stop attending. The Ballon d'Or is a joke. Barcelona have. Yeah, I mean, it was all Barcelona players, wasn't it? The top 10. There was, I think, Trinity Rodman, and was there one other in there? I want to say Diani. Other than that, I think it was just Barcelona, wasn't it?
Who got Manager of the Year?
Emma Hayes.
Good. Right, that is right. That one's right.
Yeah.
That's rightfully so, because she's a gold medalist and a WSL winner.
Yeah.
I mean, that's incredible. But, yeah, I there's a lot that is wrong with it. Man United and Arsenal, I don't think they had anyone really anywhere near the award, did they?
Well, Sky decided to put out a video where they said, where the guy on... Did you see the Sky?
No.
On Sky Sports News, they're talking about the Ballon d'Or and the women's side, and this guy goes, I'm not sure how Beth Mead wasn't in there, despite the fact she didn't have a good season last year. And I just couldn't understand what he was on about. Because Beth Mead, for me, is nowhere near the Ballon d'Or.
No. Why would they think that Beth Mead was going to win it?
Was going to be in... No, not win it, but be in the
nominee.
top 30.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
No idea why they thought that. There was there a United player on there? There's a few Chelsea and City. I want to say that... Oh, Caldente was on there for Arsenal.
Oh, yeah, but that's not
she
for
wasn't
Arsenal,
there.
is it? That's a player I've been surprised by today. I think Karen Tay looks so safe. For a player of her quality, she should shoot so much more often. Because she has the ability just to find the top corner and win the game for Arsenal. But I don't know. Karen Tay feels very safe and reserved at the moment. Just needs to start pulling the trigger. You know, because if she finds the top corner, no goalkeeper in the world can save it. So I think definitely it's just Arsenal. They've played well. They need to build the momentum again, and then start to take a few more risks. Start to challenge Tully's choice. Start to challenge this United defence.
Yeah, fair enough. New says, okay, but surely CGH is the best in Europe, if not the world, in her position. Yeah, I think that's fair. I would be inclined to argue for Trinity Rodman because I think she's a brilliant player, but for me, Caroline Graham-Hansen's just ahead.
Yeah.
I think Carnegie has the potential to be in that conversation.
She carries on her form this season.
Yeah, I was going to say, if she keeps playing like she is right now, she's definitely up there. But I also don't have a number 2 for her, so who would you sign to rest her? Just use one of the other million wingers they have.
Yeah, they do. They rotate them all around.
They sold Bruno. They loaned out Bruno Villamayer this season, so they're not massively missing out there.
No.
If not, they would have kept Bruno Villamayer.
Yeah.
They've got Claudio Pina, who can do a job there, and there's someone else I think whose name is I'm forgetting now. But they've got loads of players.
Yeah.
I think they'll be all right.
They are not light on attackers.
Sapphire says, I wanted CGH to win it, but Bill Matsey had an amazing season too, so I understand it. She had an okay season, Bill Matsey. Her standard is so high now, I don't think she had an incredible season, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And there was a comment, I've missed it, though, I'm going to find it now, about the fact that... Oh yeah, I had one said, Barcelona have little to no competition in their league. Exactly. And so stats are going to be inflated. The problem is that won't be taken into account. They'll just look at the base fact that, like, Bon Matisse put up loads of numbers in the Liga F. But Paraluelo scored loads of goals in the Liga F this season. Despite the fact that at the Olympics and in the Champions League knockouts, she did nothing.
Yeah. United need to get them more players painting mugs because Letitia and Clinton were watching an interview where they're painting mugs and they've been brilliant this season.
I saw this pop up in my on my YouTube homepage. I was meant to go back and watch it because I was like, what on earth is going on there?
But they've been brilliant. So maybe get more players painting pottery and they might fly. That's the secret because it's calming and I don't know. But yeah, maybe that's the secret. But United need to find another gear in the second half. Arsenal, you feel like they keep doing what they're doing, they're going to win this game. But a big 45. A draw is probably a tough result for both of them. Because United drop more points and so do Arsenal. And Chelsea and City will probably win later. So a draw doesn't help anyone in this scenario.
No, but I don't think either of these are in the title fight, if I'm being brutally honest.
Wow.
I don't think either of these are in the title fight.
I think United would take a point. Because they'd still remain unbeaten.
That feels like a completely different conversation, but yeah.
Yeah,
I think
but that's the problem. They would take a point, which then doesn't mean they're not in the title fight.
City took a point against Arsenal.
They did, but they've got to beat everyone else,
And United didn't, so that's the key difference. Justin Williams says, with the strength of America, would be interested to see a Club World Cup for the women's game, but then there is fixture congestion. Yeah, that's the problem. I would love to see a Club World Cup. I think it would be incredible. I'm just not sure how you make that work with fixture congestion.
Yeah.
But alas. I think it would be brilliant.
It would, but the fact you've got so many other competitions that you want to try
But
and
equally,
improve.
you know, we talk about fixture congestion and the Club World Cup being a problem in the men's game, but if we all decided we're not going to do the Olympics anymore, but we are going to do the Club World Cup, I don't think it makes a huge difference to the current women's football schedule.
But I think I'd rather the Olympics than a Club World Cup.
I wouldn't.
Would you not?
No, I don't want to see another international tournament that doesn't have many teams in it.
I like that. I like the Olympics though. I don't know. I just love the Olympics. Change for
There's so much going on in the Olympics. Football's not suited to it.
Change for Manchester United. Awujo is coming on in the pivot.
If I'm maybe Skinner's watching this,
So this is going to get interesting, and so is Beth Mead.
so that one's I'm more confused by. When I say more confused, I have absolutely no idea why. But unless there's some sort of injury,
I would guess for Calrente.
potentially.
No,
well,
yes.
Ford is there.
Yeah. Or unless it's from
Freedom
Arnhem, which...
So that's Caldente.
Oh, for God's sake.
So that's for Freedom Arnhem, I would assume. New says, I'll make an argument for Alexia this season. She's looked like she's found her form. What to be the next Ballon d'Or? Sorry, there's been loads of comments. I've missed a lot. But yeah, I think Putas is a fantastic footballer.
Yeah.
I did find it weird how she was top 10 in the Ballon d'Or though, because she missed quite a bit of last season, but then scored in the Champions League final off the bench. And so everyone went, wow, she's brilliant, isn't she?
Well, for people who have Freedom Arnhem
weird.
in their fantasy lifestyle scene, this is a killer.
Sapphire says, Bonmati was central in Spain win the Nations League and Barca win the UWCL. She was. I don't care about the Nations League. That wouldn't come into my consideration. No disrespect. There was an Olympics where...
They were bronze medalists at the Olympics.
Well, then, by that metric, give it to Smith or Rodman.
Yeah.
Because the US won it. Or... who else? I don't know. Swanson.
Yeah, I don't, yeah. But yeah.
But no one's won the end of his cell yet.
No,
so
so
it's
you
awful
judge?
timing.
How can you judge?
Sapphire says there will be a Club World Cup, I think. There is in the men's game. We haven't seen... There's no announcement in the women's game. So yeah, Marnham off for Beth Mead then.
Wow.
Did we see who's come off for Awujo?
No. I'm more disappointed about my fantasy team.
That is number 16. That's Nalsund. Straight swap there.
Makes sense. Nalsund really struggled.
Yeah.
Really
poor.
Yeah. Terrible. But big changes. Change to each side then.
Yeah.
Is that what this game needs to spark into life? And a big chance for Awujo now with 45 minutes to show her class, to show her quality. She's out before United are out. So no clue what they've been doing in the dressing room.
Just by the way, welcome to the stream. Awujo was on it. First player out there. I'd want to say City lost yesterday. I hope it doesn't carry on today. Yeah, the men's side lost. Big slip up there. And obviously, yeah, the women's side playing Crystal Palace today. That should be quite a comfortable win.
It should be, but Palace have looked pretty decent the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And City haven't been ruthless in front of goal, so there's a chance for maybe for Palace, but United are out. Arsenal are ready. Arsenal are getting impatient, if anything, because United have now decided they want to do a huddle. And Kirsty Dow's going to have a chat with, join the huddle while those things. Get in there. I'm the 12th man. Here we go.
Sapphire says there will be a Women's Club World Cup in 2026. Will there?
Wow.
I haven't seen an announcement on this one. I'm going to Google it.
Will be interesting.
Yeah. With how long United taking this huddle, we've got time.
Yeah, plenty of time. They just got out of it.
Oh yeah, 2026.
Very interesting. Yeah, we are ready to go then. Big 45 for both sides.
And we are now underway in this one. Arsenal getting us back underway. Quite interestingly though, it will be played in January of 2026.
During the WSL winter break?
No, January and February.
Oh.
So, that's going to be fun. I get it for the NWSL perspective because that is their... Obviously that's before the start of their new season. That is halfway through the European calendar.
Good.
And there isn't a host for that yet. But if I had to place my bets on who that's going to go to, based on the fact that it's FIFA, we're going to the US again.
Or the US Qatar.
That is also an option. I don't think we'll see Qatar in the women's game because the protest would be much
they don't care, do they?
greater. But yeah, and the US has got the 2024 Copa America in the men's game. It's got the 2026 World Cup. They've given them everything.
Arsenal starting brightly.
And 2025 men's Club World Cup. Chance of Ford, that's headed away.
So Ford has come onto the left-hand side then. and
As you would
Mead
expect,
gone to the right, which is probably favourable for both players, for Ford and for Mead. Big chance for Mead though, 45 minutes.
I think Ford's been better on this right hand side this season though.
She's got left hand side against Chelsea, but I don't know if that was.
She was on the left hand side, wasn't she, against Chelsea? She's played on the right hand side every other game.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. She was good on. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
She was good on that side for Chelsea, but I don't think that was necessarily Ford being good. More Chelsea's right hand side struggling.
Exactly the point I'm making. I think that she's been better on the right hand side.
Yeah, but we'll see.
Obviously, Mead is a.
They rotate a lot anyway. Arsenal's kind of front. The three behind Russo, very fluid, especially when Carente's in there.
Oh, and McCabe.
Yeah.
McCabe cuts it back here to Calente, who'll let it run. Russo comes onto it, strikes it. That is a poor effort in the end.
Carente's dummy was so good if Kim Little was running onto it earlier. And maybe
she was. She's just not the quickest.
I think she still could have got there, to be honest.
She's got a.
Osvaldi running in, sorry.
Yeah.
I think Valti should be screaming for that.
Or Russo could let it back to her. There, just a touch back.
Yeah. And Valti was asking for it. I'm not sure.
But Russo's never going to...
No.
Russo is going to shoot in that position. Understandably so. But a wild effort in the end. McCabe has smashed that into Russo, who will head it on. Mead will almost get there. George clears it away, though.
What a ball.
Here's Caldente. Yeah, McCabe's crosses now. That was a clearance.
Yeah.
Just cleared it into the box. Little. Right to put the ball in. That's dealt with. Tasman says the men's one is after the season next year. Yeah, 2025. The summer of 2025. And I get why they put the women's one on then in January, because they don't want to clash with the Men's World Cup. So it will draw more eyes, hopefully. But weird timing. 16 teams going as well. Which, from 6 confederations, is going to mean about 3 teams per confederation.
Yeah.
So it's not a very big tournament.
No.
We'll probably see 3 from Europe, maybe 4 from Europe. Maybe 5, we never know. But presumably Chelsea, Barca, Lyon will qualify somehow.
Yeah.
And then one other.
Probably City and PSG.
Yeah.
Or Real Madrid. Or Arsenal. Who knows? Honestly, I don't know about Club World Cups. I just don't. Mate, I might enjoy them.
It'd be really good in the women's game because I want to see teams. I want to see teams like Washington Spirit compete competitively against Chelsea and Barcelona. I think I'd give a much better gauge on the levels.
Yeah.
Catley manages to pick out Ford. Nice football this from Arsenal. Here's Valti. No idea how that's gone in the air, and there's a poor pass and they lose it. One back in there by Caldente. Clinton competes. Janssen, that is a very good challenge from Caldente. I thought she was going to get it wrong for a moment. Clinton being hounded, loses possession. Caldente here, high at the field, chance for Arsenal. Ball in, Russo heads on target. And that's claimed again by Fantas. I don't know why it's going in the air all the time for Arsenal.
Yeah.
That should have gone along the floor from Caldente. But a shot on target nonetheless. Good chance. Missed by Arsenal.
Yeah, Clinton gets away. Everyone gets dispossessed in her own third. Yeah, could be drilled into Russo. Good, not a bad header though. Good save from Talis Joyce.
She did well to drive a bit of power behind that. Because
it
was sort of a difficult one.
Yeah, but again, Arsenal starting the brighter side in this second half. United just got to be careful.
Mead, back to Fox.
And I don't think that's a lovely ball into Beth Mead. Sorry, yeah.
Mead puts it in there, dealt with. Going to fall for Beth Mead again now. That's struck George. And now United will look to play out, but that will be pulled back.
I'm not sure what Beth Mead's plan was there. Just
cause damage to
smash
opposing
it
number.
Straight into George's stomach.
Yeah, no idea.
The black balls are not bad initially, and then I don't know how she thinks she could get through.
Yeah. An odd one from Beth Mead. This result would suit me from a fantasy WSL perspective, by the way. I've got Talis Joyce, I've got Fox, and I've got Clinton in this game.
I benched Fox, but I did start Talis Joyce and Laetitia.
Really back in the United.
So I wouldn't mind a Bizet goal as well.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think if one side was a score, it's going to be Arsenal.
My game says I'm on 8 points. I'm not sure how. My score at the top says 8. I've had 3 players play and they're all a point each. So,
Flying.
I'll take the extra 5 they've given me.
It's like a joke. But hopefully George's alright. Still down, but I think she's probably just winded.
Yeah, probably.
But you can see that the pairings, lots of pairings for United, kind of just having discussions. There's a chat there between Laetitia and Turner, one between Tullis, Joyce and Mannion, and one between Awujo and Janssen. And they're kind of the pivotal players that Arsenal are going to be looking at. So United are going to be looking at to actually get this ball moving.
The Talis Joyce Mannion one is just, can you stop giving the ball away in really good areas?
Play better.
So drop ball for Manchester United then. It'll be Dominic Janssen. No, it won't.
She didn't fancy it.
No, it'll be Millie Turner. It goes back to our goalkeeper and we're back underway. Laetitia. How instantly have United got no forward options? She managed to pick out Bizet well and they'll look to come forwards now. Awujo does really well there to hold off Little, who was pressing her aggressively. Turner, George. Doesn't like the option down the line, so it goes back to Turner. Laetitia. Mannion. Now Bizet tries to go back down the line. McCabe does well there to win the ball back. Goes to Caitlin Ford. Can she pick out a pass? Goes to Caldente. Ball in over everyone. Brilliant football again though from Arsenal.
They are knocking this ball about really nicely.
And United can't play out. Clinton at the moment is the only player that is getting the ball anyway, and then she's losing it. She's lost it now twice. Chance now for Caldente. Puts it towards Ford. Mannion deals with it. Bizet, it's not away convincingly. Mannion going on a drive. One back in there by Valti.
Caldente is on the edge of the area and she's trying to dink it into her teammates at the back post. Just not really possible.
Rousseau holds that ball up well. Falls over in the penalty area. That's not a foul.
Laetitia.
That's not a foul.
I'm not saying it was, but it's on,
She didn't touch her.
She barged in the back of her.
Nah, Rousseau's done some little flick there.
No.
Then tried to dribble.
It's forceful. It's strength. Nothing wrong with it, but...
Didn't lose much contact for me. Odd one says, did you mention you play women's fantasy? Yes, we do play the WSL fantasy game. I'm doing quite well at the moment. I was 200th coming into this game in the world.
I started so well, and then just nothing happened.
No, I've had some great games. Captain Carnereed last week. Fantastic choice.
McCabe's on a run.
Ford.
Had to release it sooner. There, Caitlin Ford. But Arsenal's still keeping the pressure on.
Caldente trying to bring it forwards for McCabe now in the box. Cleared away to Valti on the edge. Takes same layer. Valti wide of the mark.
And finally, someone released the trigger for Arsenal. But again, it's really good football, but someone's got to release it earlier. Caldente again here. Runs into the penalty area and then just shifts it wide to McCabe.
Yeah.
And Valti's the one to get the shot away. I don't mind that, but out of all the players to be taking the shot, don't really want to be Leo Valti.
It's not a bad effort.
Hit the post.
Come the post there, yeah. Didn't even realise that at first.
It's not a bad effort at all, but...
Talis Joyce was not getting there with some target.
Rousseau's done well as well to duck under that.
Yeah. Bailey let us know he sold Marnham this week.
No, that's smart.
Some people, well, she started to be fair. You couldn't know that she was going to go off at half time. I had one saying, what's the actual app called? It's called, I think it's just called Fancy WSL.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Me's been kicked there and it took a while and finally a free kick's been given. I'm not sure what Toom's annoyed about. It was a very delayed decision, but it was a free kick. George there just, I don't know, it was a bit of a lazy leg here, just left on Beth Mead. Gets blindsided really and ends up kicking her.
Yeah.
Smart from Mead. But again, Arsenal just
not a day to be a Manchester United fullback, eh?
No.
They've both really struggled.
We knew this about Mannion. Mannion's always struggled, and George hasn't had a good game today, but she has had a decent season.
Well, George was out for all of last season, so you can understand why there might be a bit of rustiness, but yeah.
Mannion's
their recruitment, I mean, obviously they were hard done by with the Sandberg situation because they brought her in to replace Blundell, who's pregnant, and then Sandberg went and got injured.
Yeah.
So that's hurt them. Is Sandberg in it? I have a feeling I'm getting that name wrong.
No, I think it's Sembrant.
Yeah. Safa says, I think this might end 0-0. Watch Arsenal score now in brackets. Yeah. Yeah, I think this can't end 0-0. I mean, if any team's going to score, it will probably be Arsenal. Could be United if Arsenal go too aggressively to try and win the game.
Oh, Russo, brilliant dummy.
Tries to take on Turner. And gets around Millie. Turner's a hand on the shirt
it's
and
a
it
foul.
will be pulled back. Arsenal free
All
kick.
the way.
Yellow card for Millie Turner.
All the way. As soon as Russo turned her, no complaints from Turner. But as soon as Russo spun, Turner had her hands all over the forward because she knew she'd have lost the foot race. She turns there, there's a grapple there, she's got her arm there, and then she's got her shirt there.
Yeah, easy free kick.
Smart, because Russo would have beaten her in the foot race.
I feel like Russo could do more there, try and win a pen. She keeps going to try to go around Millie Turner, or comes across her. Turner's going to foul her in the box.
The thing is, Turner was doing, by holding her arm, just held her at arm's length. Quite literally held her at arm's length.
Yeah.
Chance now for Arsenal, though. So it's a hard free kick to get right. Because if you dink it in, all it needs is a subtle dink. I think
McCabe might go for goal.
With one of these, you have to try something. Yeah, like that.
She's stuck it in short. Letitia has headed it away. It's going to fall in the box for Caldente. It's up in the air, headed down by Little. Williamson tries to compete. Mead will shoulder that down. Unconventional, but it's worked out. Russo now turns, could get a shot away. It's a poor pass forward. Williamson gets it under her control, though. Where she passed that to? It's to McCabe. Here's Caldente. Cuts onto her left foot. Puts it towards the back post. Headed away by Awujo. Bizet up in the air. Toon heads it on. Kept alive here by Arsenal with Caldente.
Really good pressure from Arsenal. They're making United players head the same football. They've got the home side under the cosh here.
But they're not. They don't look like scoring. That's the thing.
I don't know.
They're getting into good positions. Like they're getting into goal scoring positions. They just don't look like they're going to put it in the back of the net. Hard1 says Arsenal look purposeful. United have been pinned in this second half.
That's a great ball. Fox.
Ball towards Rousseau. It kicks up in the air. And that is cleared away by Clinton.
United are feeling it. United are really feeling it now.
That's respite there for United, just clearing it out of play, letting everyone recover a bit from the onslaught that's been the last few minutes.
There was no purpose behind that clearance apart from just getting it gone. No, it wasn't aimed anywhere. It was just leathered out of play. Would under pressure? Just about recycles it to Letitia. That's a poor pass.
One back by Fox. That's a fantastic tackle from Letitia.
Yeah.
And again.
Because Russo and Ford do nothing wrong there. The movement's spot on. The pass is the right one.
And I'm hoping she's watched that. That is fantastic defending from Letitia.
Absolutely phenomenal. Because Russo's one-on-one with Talis Joyce after that.
Yeah. But it's an interception and then she wins the second ball again. Utterly brilliant defender, both with and without the ball. So comfortable in possession. Such a strong tackler. And I think without her, United would have shipped a lot more than one goal this season.
Yeah.
Justin says, here's something odd. I fell in love with the women's game watching Russo pull United out of holes. I kind of wanted her to score one, then United pulled back 2 goals, of course. That is an odd one, yes. I agree with you there, Justin.
United turns their bench as well, and that's when the ball goes out of play. It looked like Melvin Mallard and someone else. There's 2 changes coming.
Plays that into the run of Vouty, and that's really good. Janssen didn't realise Vouty was coming.
Back with Janssen.
She's just completely blindsided by that run. Where did she think Mead was... Who did she think Mead was passing to? Vouty. Tries a bit of skill, not her strong suit.
I think she forgot the ball. I think she meant to run left and then forgot the ball, ended up faking left. Faking left.
Potentially, yeah.
But the changes are now going to come from Manchester United. That is Jade Riviere and Melvin Mallard. So the Mannion slaughter is over and Riviere is on, which will be a relief to see her back on the football pitch for Manchester United. And Ella Toon will be replaced by Melvin Mallard. So like for likes in both positions. And United will be hoping. I think, again, you look at the 3 changes that United have made already, the 3 players that have struggled so much today. Nelson originally at half-time, and then Mannion and Toon.
Yeah.
And a chance for Mallard and Riviere now to try and make an impact.
I think if they were fit, both of them would have started.
Probably.
I think if they get back to fitness, Mallard and Riviere should start, and Toon shouldn't. Matter of opinion, really. Yeah. I've yet to see anything from Toon this season. Well, she looks fed up. The problem is, she's not held to account. She's clearly frustrated herself, and I get that United and England will want her to perform well, but by constantly starting her, there's no jeopardy.
Yeah.
There's no need to play well because she's guaranteed in the side.
And I do think, she just needs a good performance. But if the performances aren't coming, then you can't keep trying to force it.
Yeah. Sapphire says, what a flop Heisei was. She doesn't even play anymore. I think what everyone's starting to learn is that if Barcelona are selling someone, it's probably because they've realised that they're not great.
Yeah.
Like Lucy Bronze. Oh, what an opportunity. Well, why don't Barcelona want her anymore? Can't think. Heisei just hasn't worked out in the WSL. She's not suited to the physicality or the pace. And she's not been able to play as a striker because she's not good enough to play that position. The fact that was their marquee signing last summer and they had to go sign another one, but here's Fox. Russo is there!
Oh, what a goal.
Manchester United 0, Arsenal 1, and it was coming. Arsenal win all over United in this half. It's brilliant from Emily Fox to find that bit of space in there. She cuts it back to Russo. It's a really well-taken finish and a goal Alessia Russo desperately needed. And Manchester United now, with work to do, they've been dominated by Arsenal across this game, and now Arsenal have found a breakthrough.
Yeah, absolutely incredible football from Arsenal. Mariona Caldente, take a bow. This pass to Fox is absolutely phenomenal. The run from Fox as well, but what a ball from Caldente to find Fox. Cuts it back, and it's a brilliant finish from Alessia Russo against her former side. As you say, finally finds the back of the net to round off what has been good performances, but no luck. Finds the back of the net. Really good all round. The ball from Caldente, the run and pass from Fox, and the finish from Russo. That is a brilliant move. That is an incredible Arsenal move and a deserved goal because in this game they have been the better side and they're coming forwards again.
Mariona Caldente, and that is one back in there by Riviere, who is then fouled by Caldente.
And immediately Jade Riviere's come on and done more than Manny in this.
And it's the first time that Turner and Laetitia have made mistakes. Turner got dragged out. She sort of had to go close that ball down for Fox. And they're not really mistakes. It's just when they've been caught out. And then Laetitia couldn't get across quick enough. And Russo managed to just poke it before Laetitia got there. Fallon Tullis-Joyce, again, I know people have been quite complimentary of her, but I still think that when she's been tested this season, she has fallen short of the mark at times. I thought Tottenham, she did very, very well. That's her most impressive game. I'm not impressed by keeping her. Yeah. She did well against Everton and West Ham, but they didn't pose a huge threat. And the other two games this season, they have conceded goals. That one, probably savable.
Potentially.
But Russo needed that.
Fox assist as well.
Goal. Oh, I know.
I'm raging.
Buzzing inside. That's assist points. It takes away my first choice clean sheet. Should have kept with
had her and Laetitia. So that's rough. But yeah, Alessia Russo back amongst the goals. And it's been deserved because she's
currently on 9.
Russo's played really well. Just not had the goals to go with it. That's a big goal. And when Arsenal needed it. First half was a bit more competitive. Second half has been one-way traffic. But Arsenal, United look to change that. It's a free kick lobbed in there and it will run all the way through and out for a corner, apparently. I'm not sure who that's touched. At all.
Sapphire says Barca sold after one season, lol. Exactly.
Apparently it's come off someone's head. But I'm not really sure whose head that's come off. United weren't appealing. That's a random corner to give.
Clinton looking to make something happen here then. Ball in. Van Donselaar claims well. And Arsenal will look to play. John says keeper got 2 drawn to the near post and subsequently slightly out of position for the shot. Yeah, completely spot on there, John. Just got the positioning all wrong. I mean, I get why you go to the near post there in case Fox gets the shot away, but it's also good from Russo to notice that.
Yeah.
To see that there is
and
that
for the out,
there.
I mean, the fact that Fox was allowed to make that run in, but just inside.
It's a fantastic run. Who tracks that?
Yeah, true.
Because she's in such an unnatural position. She came really narrow, so the winger's not following her in there. And then she just runs, she makes that curve run through the team.
Yeah. kind of past the pivot. And
It's incredible from Fox. Absolutely brilliant run
Yeah.
from Emily Fox. And then she made the run that needed picking out still by Caldente, and it was a brilliant pass to pick her out.
Yeah.
And then it's a simple matter of squaring it to
I think
Russo.
when
who took her chance really well.
when you've got players that can play phenomenal passes, you can make difficult runs.
It's Fox, and that's what I've been saying about Arsenal for a while now, is they are such a good team on paper. Give them a simple structure and they will score goals. Russo, since that goal, has already looked more confident.
Yeah. And there, that's not bad football again. It's a nice ball in from me. It's got pace behind it, but Russo can't quite flick it goalwards. Perhaps it was a little bit over her, you feel.
I think as well, by playing Caldente in attack midfield, they've just become so much more creative. I like Frida Marnham, but I think they've now got wide players who are much more out and out wide players. They've got Caldente, who is such a brilliant creator. So I think playing her in that attack midfield role, the reason Barcelona didn't need to do that is because one, they've got Bonmati and loads of brilliant footballers, so they've got creative players. But two, the position that Caldente operated in that Barcelona system means she was pretty much playing as an attack midfielder anyway. Now I don't think Arsenal have been able to do that very effectively, but I think by playing Caldente in attack midfield, you do get that creativity out of it. That's a ball for Russo to chase, bit overzealous. A bit ambitious that she would get there. Letitia clears it. Arsenal throw though. High up the field.
Yeah, United then, 23 minutes away from their first defeat this season. 3 from 3 wins from 3. Tough test at Brighton, they drew. Tough test at Arsenal, and they're currently losing. It's worrying for United that as soon as things get difficult, the points start to drop.
Yeah.
And that does beg the question of where is their level?
Well, yeah, and I've caught flack for this in recent weeks.
Russo, that's not a bad effort, that's just wide. And I mean, Alessia Russo's got an eye for goal at the moment. In some brilliant form.
I've got flack for this, even from you, saying United aren't as good as they look.
I thought United looked really strong, I'll be honest.
I saw through the facade that Mark Skinner was selling everyone.
I think the fact... Yeah, I don't know. I think the Brighton game I put down to more that Brighton are phenomenal.
And while that is true, and Arsenal are also a good side, and United will probably beat Villa and Leicester in the next two games, I think against the top sides there's still a whole lot of work to do.
That's the thing. United have still got to go to play City twice, play Chelsea twice after this game. They have to go to the Emirates.
They don't play City until the new year.
They play... and obviously the Chelsea game...
Chelsea game's rearranged for late November now. On that League Cup weekend.
That's frustration kicking. That's another foul from Clinton. She's not happy.
No.
I
think United are just getting completely outdone by Arsenal here.
Yeah.
Wasn't a yellow, was it?
No.
Hallelujah.
Chance for McKay to put the ball in then, and more problems could be coming for Man United if this is a good ball.
Yeah, Yichen welcome to the stream saying, "Do you think Slegers will stay in the position?" I said this right at the start of the stream that it's very hard to argue she should go if everything keeps as it is.
Yeah.
If they win, or at least are unbeaten between now and Christmas, which they should be, because if they win this, they've already played City and Chelsea this season. They don't have any very difficult games left. They've got Brighton, which will be a big test, but I think they should win almost every game between now and Christmas, or at least go unbeaten. If they do that, and Slegers keeps being as good as she is in the media, and Arsenal keep playing as well as they are, and I think if they progress in the Champions League, where is the justification for sacking her?
It's the belief. The belief is back.
They've given her till the November internationals, which is the end of November. So she's got 5 games now, including this one. I think if she wins them all, why replace her?
Yeah.
And to be fair, what options have they been looking at? Nick Custings, who is a good manager, and I think that's his name, has done okay at NYCFC, but he's never managed outside of the City group. He was at Man City Women, and they didn't do incredible. Like, they were good, but did they win a title, or was it only cups they won? I can't remember now. But I don't think... I think the women's game has come on since then, and I don't think he is now suited to being top level. But we'll see. I think he is an okay manager, but I don't think it's a huge step forwards. I think Renée Slegers is doing really well, and so if the results keep coming, why look to replace her? At the very least, give her to the end of the season, and then assess when you've got a summer that you can make transfers in, and you can then build a squad to whatever manager you're bringing in's liking. I mean, I would wait till the end of the season and go hell for leather for Dario Vidicic right now.
That's a very good option. That is a very, very good option.
I'm not sure, because he's not leaving Brighton right now.
No.
Give it to the end of the season, he might.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Emily Fox, another
Fox
brilliant
is
run.
the game by the scruff of the neck.
Yeah. Just keeps running around. And that is enough to cause problems.
Yeah. Here's Vouty. Emily Fox. Vouty. Here is Caldente. Tries to slide that through the lines to the run of Fox, but that'll be won back by George. Smash up the line.
We're in a position now with United are out of this, to be honest. Usually at 1-0, you're asking the question, well, can the losing side get back into it? United are miles off it. I don't see a way they get back into this game. I really don't.
2 o'clock's now getting underway, by the way. It's Brighton, Leicester, Crystal Palace, Manchester City, and Tottenham, West Ham. So a lot of action across the WSL. Obviously, if there's any goals in the first 20 minutes, we will keep you covered across all of those. Catley. Now McCabe. Ball goes down the line into Mead. Forced backwards though. And that goes out of play for an Arsenal throw. Well, McCabe is using this as a chance to have a chat with someone.
Yeah. I'm not sure what's going on.
I've no idea what's happening. There's an injury.
Oh no, I
don't know why they're not. It's Fanakas Joyce has gone down off the ball.
I would be.
This feels like one of those. It's like, United need a team talk.
I would be surprised.
I thought there'd been a pitch invader or something. By the way, they weren't showing that end.
Or an issue in the crowd or something. Yeah. So I'm guessing that I would be surprised if this is an actual injury for Talis Joyce. Saying Rachel Williams is the one warming up.
She's going to go.
And that is United bench goalkeeper and she's not moving.
She is.
Yeah, Skinner is trying to. He's changing something here, clearly.
They're going for it.
Oh, Turner's down as well. Well, what
they're
earth is going on
a
here?
dummy out here, aren't they?
Look at this. They're both down. They got a physio each, but they're sat right next to each other.
Turner would have to go off though.
Yeah.
After this. So, yes, because the goalkeeper's down anyway, it's fine.
No.
No? Cool.
I don't know, actually. That's a good point.
Who knows?
What a bizarre scenario to happen. No celebration, Blake.
Soon you'll tell us they've mysteriously come down with cramp.
No celebration for Russo, of course, but it's a relief.
Well, there's a smile, and I think that says it all. It's that relief. It's that acknowledgement that it has been a tough season.
It's like just breath, oh wow, I've scored a goal.
And since then, she seems to be moving with much more freedom, much more belief.
Talis Joyce and Turner have both recovered miraculously.
Thankfully, they were struck down with sudden cramp, but they are now all right.
And Kate McCabe's having a chat with Emily Hayslip.
You're right.
Who's the fourth official?
What are you doing this weekend?
That's why I haven't been booked yet.
Sapphire says Toon looks so sad. Yeah, I mean we can see her there behind Rachel Williams. A glum look, and for a player who has really struggled for form, I just don't see how you fix that. She just needs to have a bit of belief instilled in her again. But the problem is United can't afford to keep playing her.
And Mark Skinner isn't the man to do that.
No.
He couldn't motivate me to do anything, really.
No.
Or if I was lacking, but he doesn't seem like the man manager that Toon needs right now.
He doesn't strike me as an arm around the shoulder kind of manager. And the problem for United right now is that she is such a talented footballer, but they can't keep playing her because that sacrifices quality at the moment because she's not offering you anything. There is no tactical upside to playing Ella Toon right now. I don't think she touched the ball today. I genuinely don't think she touched the ball. Here's Mead. Now Fox. Vouty.
Arsenal almost in cruise control now for 15 minutes. They're not under any threat. There's no need for them to go pushing. United are going to make their final 2 changes the next time the ball leaves the pitch. That will be Rachel Williams and someone I couldn't quite see over on the far side, but Skinner keeps rolling the dice and just not coming up with any results.
Sapphire says, have you seen Shadow Football's video on Toon? No, I haven't. I will Google it now.
Long ball again intercepted, and the changes are now going to come for Manchester United. It is going to be their final two, and it is going to be Heysay. So Heysay on for Elizabeth Turland, and which means Rachel Williams is coming on. I'm not sure what's happening here for Bizet. So Heysay to the right hand side, and Rachel Williams through the middle, and Blackstenius is also going to come on, presumably for Alessia Russo for Arsenal.
I've just seen.
Yes,
that looks interesting. I'll watch that later, Sapphire. However, they've also done a video about what makes Leah Williamson so good. So I can sense we may disagree on a few things. But that will be Russo coming off.
What a game.
She looks very pleased, and rightfully so.
That's her best performance of the season, but that was coming. She has shown promising signs of
For me, that's the key difference between her and Toon this season. Is
Yeah.
while the goals haven't come off, and while it hasn't been a hugely successful season in front of goal for Russo, her link-up play has been still just as strong as it was before.
Yeah.
She's been getting into those sort of positions. She's been involved in everything for Arsenal. She's just not been the one to put it in the back of the net. And she has missed some big opportunities. And I think the criticism is completely right in that sense. But there was some really positive stuff, and she's finally converted that today. She should now be able to go on a run, because she does have that. She should have that confidence and belief back.
Yeah.
And they do have some nice games, I think, coming up, Arsenal. I mean, other than Brighton, which is that next week or the week after? That is next week.
Yeah.
That's Friday.
That's a big one.
I've seen that's on TV. Might not be, actually.
No, I think that's City. Tottenham is the one on TV on that Friday.
One odd choice.
Yeah.
2 Friday night fixtures. Yeah, it is City Tottenham, actually.
Wow. Well, that's rubbish.
And then I'm guessing Liverpool Chelsea on a Sunday. And United Villa, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 3.
Triple up next weekend.
Yeah, this is a big result for Slegers, because beating the lower sides in the league, beating Valerenga, not much, doesn't really prove too much. It just shows that she can. Beating a side like Manchester United is a massive way to to show your talent, to show your class and your credentials, really.
Yeah. Justin says, going to watch that Toon video. Toon off this early is depressing. Yeah, I've already made a video on it. We made a video on Toon a few months ago. I think it'll be a very different tone. But yeah, that might be a topic we explore soon. Yi Chen says, even though there is no clean sheet points from Tyler's Choice anymore, I'm happy with the points I take from this game overall. Same here. I'm not too gutted about Tyler's Choice, because my other goalkeeper is D'Angelo, and I don't think she was going to score anything today. Because I think Liverpool will score
I had
goals.
Rachel Laws.
I also don't think she's going to. I think that'll be a goal-laden game. Here come Arsenal. Caldente driving through the heart of this United team. Options left and right. Tries to squeeze onto the Blackstenius. Not the right option, ultimately. Yeah. Vouty will pick up the pieces, though. Now Beth Mead. Caldente, poor pass. Brilliant footwork from Melvin Mallard to wriggle out of a tight spot. Really good defending, though. Was that Emily Fox again? I think it might have been.
I think Arsenal are now looking for a Blackstenius goal. Just, again, get her into some form.
This is lovely stuff, though.
Yeah.
Great spin.
I think Mallard's a brilliant player. We've just barely seen her.
Yeah, I mean, she's had a few injury concerns at the start of this season, but I think she should be starting over at Toon.
Yeah.
Right now. But yeah, tough play to drop is Toon, given her name, but I think Mallard right now suits his side better.
And it looks like, once again, United, they start well, but when they come up against the bigger sides in the league, they start to fall. They start to crumble.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
I thought, given Arsenal's trials and difficulties this season, that we may see this game open up in the second half. We may see United come forwards. United haven't come forwards. Arsenal have been all over them. An Arsenal side who I know are under new management, but still an Arsenal team that have looked really poor this season, and they have wiped the floor with United here. They should have scored a few more goals to make that, that drubbing more than just performance one and a result one as well. And it does leave United with a chance in the last 10 minutes, but they've just looked so devoid of anything. It's hard to see them getting a goal. Here is Rachel Williams, though. Can she be the player to make a difference?
It is only one. And
Mallard wants to take on Little, ball in, and that is out for a corner.
this Arsenal got to be careful is just not get silly. All Man United need is one chance. They've got the type of players to who could just nick a goal out of nothing. And a corner is a brilliant way to do that.
Eugene says, I know it's kind of stupid to put the opponent's keeper there as an Arsenal fan. Oh, I completely... I agree that is stupid, because I wouldn't do that. I benched Emily Fox against Chelsea. Missed out on that assist, but it was worth it. Rachel Williams, it's there! How on earth have United done it? But they are level. Manchester United 1, Arsenal 1. Williams head towards goal. Mallard on the goal line has flicked it over Van Domselaar.
I would be intrigued to see how she's onside.
Well, she'll dance and she'll celebrate because it's Manchester United 1, Arsenal 1.
From absolutely nothing. We said it could. Arsenal got to be careful. United have taken us down from nothing. The corner's put in. Yeah, Little's just holding her.
2 players behind her.
Oh, that's poor. That is so poor from Arsenal. Defending the corner. Williams out jumps 2 of them.
Van Domselaar's got to be more assertive there.
And Mallard just flicks it. That is a calamity from the corner.
Dear Arsenal. Ball forwards. McCabe will give chase. Riviere fouled there though by Katie McCabe.
And what has been a brilliant performance.
Who will run away to avoid the...
may have just been completely thrown away because they're not going to get the result. And Man United, who have not been at the races today, who have not been good enough today, might come away with a point from this game. Unbelievable.
I mean, 4 players around Williams there. None of them can win it. 3 around Mallard. None of them win it.
But Mallard, Little is just holding on to her. Doesn't even jump with her. Williamson and Catley have both missed it in there before it gets to Williams' head. Unbelievable.
And well,
I can't believe that's.
If you needed any further convincing that Mallard needs to be starting, I know it's not a brilliant goal, but it's in the back of the net. George sends it forwards. That's going to bounce out of play. Safa says Arsenal isn't a football club; it's a comedy show. It's more of a tragedy this year.
That's the thing. You can't. It's got to the point where you can't even laugh at it.
It's just like, oh God, not again.
Like it's actually a hot. Like it's brutal. Wow. I'm honestly stunned. Arsenal was so confident in this game. Arsenal have dominated the second half.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Mark Skinner does it again. This man.
He's done it again.
He just. I don't get it.
Good subs.
Oh, it was a corner.
Oh, would you?
That's lucky for Arsenal, I think.
It looked like she caught her though, to be fair.
She did catch her, but... Yeah.
She's caught Fox with a follow through.
Yeah, true.
Justin Williams says Mallard never scores brilliant goals, but she does get goals. Doesn't matter how they go in, just that they do go in.
Yeah, good point. Right, just goes over the top of the forward's foot. Fox's foot. Arsenal need a goal. I can't believe this.
We're kind of saying it's happening again at Jonas side of how it's happening again because he's gone.
New manager.
Just the Arsenal gene.
Same results.
And well, a moment ago, it's like, well, how could they possibly look at anyone other than Renée Slegers? But and through no fault of her own, really, Arsenal are now in a position where they are drawing with Manchester United with a few minutes left. Fox could have put that in first time. Opt to hold on to it. Caldente. Vouty. That's cleared away.
You can't pin the blame on anyone. No single player has done anything wrong for Arsenal today. Just a clumsy corner.
It was a corner they really shouldn't have conceded. It's a goal they really shouldn't have conceded.
But apart from that, no...
they've not put the ball in the back of the net enough when they probably should have. I don't know how Fox has been allowed to be bundled over and the ref's not even...
Played advantage, but I'm not
I
sure the advantage
it took a while to get the advantage. Odd one says, imagine United pulling it off and taking all the points. Wasn't on my bingo card.
If they get another goal, I don't know what I'll do, but I think I'll start crying. I'm not even an Arsenal fan.
Mark Skinner's 100th game. It had to be. Foul in there, and that's a yellow card for McCabe. It's finally happened. Oh, she's now having a fight with Heisei. No idea what she's doing.
Wow. Well, it took her 6 games, but McCabe's in the book. And now McCabe is now walking around Heisei and McCabe.
She'll somehow be suspended by match week 10.
Yeah. Yellow card for Heisei.
Oh no, I thought it was another one for McCabe.
No, not that stupid. They're still grappling onto each other.
Go on, get him gone.
Yeah.
Go on, Kirsty Chow.
10v10.
Let's have a McCabe off. They've seen this, they go, we've got to get her off ASAP.
No, I think she's walking off.
Okay, she's had enough.
Does she think, unless she thinks she's gone?
She's upset. She started beefing McCabe.
Oh, get a grip with yourself. She'll be alright. She's out there and go at McCabe and I've fucked up badly here.
Kafaji coming on, I don't think that was for McCabe.
No, unless something mental's happened. Wow.
A triple change.
Wow.
Little Karante Ford off for Cooney Cross, Kafaji and Lena Hurtig. I mean, that is bold.
Here come Man United.
Mallard.
They've won a corner. What is happening?
Williams rises highest.
If Man United, there's no way that United steal the points. There is no way United steal the points from this game.
Oh, the drama. Manchester United, a chance now to somehow take all 3 points. Gabriel George over this corner. Ball in. Van Domselaar claims this one, spills it, claims it.
Oh my god, I couldn't see. Wow. 2 minutes. Arsenal have got to go. I can't believe it. And as you said, but in the build-up for Arsenal, Eidevall's gone now. There are no excuses.
Yeah.
And people will say, draw to Man United, that's not too bad. But when you watch the game, when you look at the stats, they should have won this game by an absolute canter.
They've had 60% possession. 17 shots to 5. 3 on target to 3 on target. 2 big chances to 2 big chances.
3 on target. 17 shots. 3 on target. That is abysmal.
2 big chances, great. They've not converted either. United have had 2 chances all game and they've put one in the back of the net.
Well,
that's the difference, isn't it?
Nice. That's a poor pass from Mead.
And here's Williams. And Mead tries to barge into her, but United have the ball high at the field here. George. Mallard. 17 shots. And they put just 3 on target.
Well, I don't get how you have 14 shots that don't go on target.
Where have you put them?
That is... Where have they gone?
Chance now for Heisei. Gets a wild shot away. That's to the count.
And Mallard and Williams were rightfully not happy.
6 blocked, 1 hit the woodwork, 8 off target. 8 shots wide of the mark.
I don't get you how you... Yeah. And that's not... I don't think it's on Russo. I think Russo had a good game. I don't think Russo particularly put anything...
Sorry. We checked at the half-time, right, and Manchester United made 61 passes in the opposition half. In the second half, they have made 6. United have made 6 passes in the opposition half in 45 minutes.
Wow.
And they have scored a goal in that 45 minutes. And they're now racking up a few by the looks of it as they look to push on for a goal.
They're not passing it, they're just lumping it around.
Well, that was
just 7.
Let's
long ball.
Smash it in the air. Rachel Williams going down. She wins a penalty for that. She'd be lucky. That'll be an Arsenal goal kick. 6 minutes of additional time. Still time for either side to find a winner here then. Justin Williams says, come on United. 151 votes in the poll in chat. 58% thought Arsenal would win. I think everyone thought Arsenal would win throughout today's game, but United have come back at the death somehow.
If United take all 3 points, that actually be the biggest robbery in football.
Maybe not the biggest robbery, but it would be a Bit of a smash and grab victory. Cooney Cross.
Smash and grab.
Mead. Fox. Blackstenius now turns. Can she get a shot away? Loops it into the box. Headed away, but that will be a corner for Arsenal.
Arsenal putting the pressure back on. Have we got some late drama here? Surely. There's no aces at draw. I don't think this game can be a draw. Either Arsenal will rightfully win it, or Man United will do something. Millie Turner's got manager of the match? Player of the match.
Manager of the month. Well done.
She played well. Player of the match was a bit nice, but...
In the other games, Brighton have been all over Leicester. Manchester City have had 83% possession and 4 shots.
Headed out, chest down by Blackstenius. Swings it back in.
Hertig heads it to the box. Mead flicks on. Williamson, sorry. Saved by Tallis Joyce. Yeah, 83% ball for City. 4 shots on. 4 shots.
I think City might win that game.
I have a small inkling they will. And Tottenham and West Ham, predictably, are doing nothing.
Genuinely, there's some passes to each other.
50, 1 shot to Tottenham, none for West Ham.
Not sure we're watching that one after this one.
No, Brighton playing well by the looks of it. Started well. Sapphire says, is Skinner a better manager than Eidevall?
Oh, wow. That is $1 million question, isn't it?
They both have really bad player management. I think that...
Wow, as you said, that 1-0 Brighton.
Oh, there we go. I thought knew it was coming. I think that Eidevall is a really good tactician, but really bad at team selection. And I think Skinner is really bad at both.
I think Eidevall's better.
Yeah, I think Eidevall's a better manager. I just think Nikita Paris, I brought her in this week.
Oh.
No, I didn't. I brought in Olivia Smith.
Oh dear.
Didn't have the money for Paris.
3 to go. 3 to play. There are 3 left. Minutes.
I thought I'd transfer. Oh, that's
Well, Letizia just moved that free kick 5 yards further forward.
Went for Myra Ramirez in the end.
Oh.
0.5 mil more expensive. We're annoyed if Aggie starts now.
Letizia. This is a joke. The fact that United are in this game.
Puts it in the box. Tries to be kept alive, but Arujo can't.
And Arsenal will go.
Yes, they will.
It's played quickly. They've got to get this ball moving. It's got to go up. They've got to go up. Kafaji dispossessed in her own half.
Now coming down this right-hand side is Manchester United. Hey, say, nice footwork. Can they get the ball into the box? Rachel Williams, barged by Kafaji. Big win by Kafaji. Plays it through. Braxton's never going to get there. Never going to get there.
2 to play. This is incredible. How is this game level? We will never know. May not be level for much longer though.
Williamson. George heads it away. Now Mallard. Janssen. Tries to lift it in behind, but that will bounce on through. Williamson will keep it alive. Arsenal with a minute to try and salvage the win again. The better side throughout today's encounter, but they've not converted that into 3 points. United outplayed for 80 odd minutes. A corner came in and they managed to put it in the back of the net. Hertig, ball in, headed away by Letizia. United will look to play out. And that's going to fall for Cooney Cross. Molon Stewardess says, yes, Skinner is better than Eidevall. I disagree.
Arsenal should be thumping this in the penalty area.
Here's Hertig. Players arriving in the box. Let's take on Riviere. Good defending from Jade Riviere. Corner for Arsenal. This will likely be the last kick of the game.
Oh, what a game.
Is there some late drama? We have now ticked over the 6 additional minutes. Of course, that is only a minimum. Ball in. Punch over by Fantastic Choice. It's going to fall for Voutu.
Oh, deflected.
It's over. Leia Voutu with a brilliant effort. I think that was headed away by Rachel Williams. It looked like it was tipped over by Talis Joyce. No idea who's made contact with it. But that will be the last kick of the game. Somehow, they won't take the corner. That is full time here at the Leigh Sports Village. Manchester United 1, Arsenal 1.
Wow.
A dramatic game, a dramatic conclusion as United outplayed for 90 minutes, but they've come away with a point, and that's the important thing for the table.
Wow.
Huge point for Manchester United. Arsenal will be kicking themselves. No idea how they've managed to throw away what was such a comfortable game. 59% possession, 18 shots to Manchester United 6. Abysmal. Really. United will be very pleased with what they managed to pull off here today. But Arsenal, there's no excuses really.
Wow.
How did they not win today's game?
Wow.
That's the big question. Russo, big goal for her confidence. Mallard, big goal for hers. Vouty denied by...
That's a corner.
No idea. It came from a United player. Can't quite tell which one. I think it may well have been Melvin Mallard, who obviously put one in at the other end.
I can't believe it.
And that is full time. Here in Manchester, Man United 1. Arsenal 1. I had one saying an entertaining game. That is putting it very lightly.
I don't know how Man United have got a point. I genuinely don't.
Neither.
That is as smash and grab as you like. But they will take it. Arsenal will be furious. How they've not won that game, they will never know.
Yeah. I had one saying entertaining game. Very entertaining. Very good match of football.
Wow. Yeah.
Good stuff.
I'm out of words. I don't know what to say. That was a slam dunk Arsenal win for the majority of the match. That second half was pure dominance from Arsenal, and they haven't won the game. I don't know how that happens.
Indeed. Well, they'll huddle and they'll try and pull it back together.
That is a subdued team.
But yeah, they look crestfallen. They should have won today. They didn't. That is everything though. We will be back later this evening for Chelsea versus Everton. There are 2 o'clock kickoffs. So, I mean, I don't know which one we're going to watch. Probably a mixture. But we'll probably talk about all of that when we get back for our stream later. Chelsea-Everton should be an interesting one. Chelsea looking to keep up their unbeaten, their perfect start to the season actually. United, still unbeaten. After today's game, they are still unbeaten this season.
Wow.
Will they go invincible? We will see. But that is everything from us today. We are back, as I say, later this evening, so do join us there. In the meantime, if you want something to go and watch, if the WSL action throughout today isn't enough for you, then go and check out our video on Dario Vidicic that we posted earlier this week. That is on the channel, so you can go and watch that. But that's everything from us for this stream. Thank you guys very, very much for watching, and we'll see you later.